Knobs is in the building. That's that one. I gotta make sure. Nope. What happened? Where did it go? There should have been a microphone attached. Did it go on the floor? It sure as hell did. Whatever. Throw the microphone on the floor. All right, welcome everybody to YouTube. Sorry for the black screen. I'm just setting up the microphone. All right, there we go. That was not good. There we go. Get her in there. All right. I have it a little bit further back tonight because we might be having knobs come in. We'll see. You can kind of see the Scotchy Bourbon Boys thing. Nope, that's good. There we go. I'm in. I'll make sure the sound's on for YouTube. Here we go again. Switch that. Just back that up a little. Don't knock that off. There we go. Slide that there. I mean, oh my God. I can respond to that. Oh my God. I gotta push this back. I gotta get the cramp out. Oh, it was a rough day, folks. Let's stretch that cramp out. All right, so let's use this foot to get up. Sit on my. All right, there we go. We're live. Hey, welcome everybody on YouTube. I'm gonna check to make sure we got sound, microphone, the whole 9 yards. There we go. Leather and oak. We're live. Let's just make sure. No, we're live. Yep, we got sound. Then I'll do the intro. Welcome, everybody, to the Scotchy Bourbon Boys podcast. We monitor comments. Let us know what you're sipping on and what you're drinking. And leave a super chat. And I will, hi everybody out there, hi. Tonight we are doing leather and oak. Good to see everybody out there. Kind of cool that we've got what it's going. And who is that? Rule 11. It's like hi. Same thing with Matthew. Travels to hi. All right. Review 2. All right. We got that. We're ready to go there. All right. That's ready to go. All right. I don't understand why his microphone is picking up so heavily. That's because we have them switched. Switch around the microphones. Welcome everybody tonight. We will start at 8:30. And we are doing leather and oak spirits. CT should be joining us momentarily. But I will give out our shout out Middle West Spirits in Columbus, Ohio. Let's see. I will get this up and we're waiting for CT to jump in. But Middle West Spirits in Columbus, Ohio. They've just built their brand new 72,000 square foot distillery. Wait, let me respond to. Nope, I can't do that. All right. We do not do any trading on the pod. There's no trading or anything on the podcast itself. We monitor comments and we also interview guests. So that's what we do. Plus we review whiskey. That's for Tim Frederick, who asked that question. But Middle West Spirits in Columbus, Ohio, they just built their brand new 72,000 square foot distillery a couple of years back, and they are producing at full capacity right now. And they also have their craft distillery with their service bar restaurant for tours, tastings. But their Michelob brand of whiskey is fantastic. Plus, Middle West Spirits has their straight wheat whiskey at cask strength, their Michelob bourbon at cask strength, and then also their 4-grain wheated bourbon at cask strength, all on shelves, 48 different states. You can find it. Fantastic bourbons and whiskey. Check out Middle West Spirits in Columbus, Ohio. And if you get to the service bar restaurant and just tell them the Scotchy Bourbon Boys sent you. Whiskey Thief Distillery in Frankfort, Kentucky, along with their tasting room in Louisville in the New Lou area, just brand new, opened last year. But both places, 5 barrels. You walk in, price of admission. They will thief it right into your glass, each one of them. And if you want, you can revisit, and then you can go back. And if you like it, you get to thief your own bottle, either 375s or 750s. I like the 375s. This year, I thiefed just this past December. Whiskey Thief Distilling Company. It's a barrel pick all day, every day. The staff is fantastic. The atmosphere with music at the out on the main distillery, which is on Three Boys Farms in Frankfort, Kentucky, and then live music in Louisville. You just can't go wrong. You got to check out Whiskey Thief Distilling Company. Tell them the Scotchy Bourbon Boys sent you, and also they are just like us, uncut and unfiltered. Spirit of French Lick Distillery, Winery and Distillery in French Lick, Indiana. Fantastic town, fantastic experience. You could go gamble, but you got to make sure you stop by. Alan Bishop may be gone, but his whiskey's still aging there, and he produced some fantastic whiskey. The Spirit of French Lick. This here is the Lillian Sinclair. If you're ever interested in, I'll send you a sample of it. They have fantastic bourbons, ryes, and special releases. It's like I said, the whiskey's fantastic, and if you stop by, make sure you tell them the Scotchy Bourbon Boys sent you. And then Alan Bishop, who used to be there and is now at the old Homestead Distillery, distilling away crazy stuff. The Alchemist of the Black Forest. Well, he has his One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute on the YouTube channel. You have any questions about commercial distilling or any questions about home distilling, he's got your answer on the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute on YouTube. And then my favorite is his If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything podcast. Talk about a cool podcast. New episodes are airing and weekly, I believe, right now. And the thing is he takes the best of the spirits world, the spiritual world, and the spirits industry, and he combines them together for a fantastic podcast that you can't miss. That is If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything. And then normally this week, because of all the guests, we have our old Louisville Whiskey Company. They spotted our barrel bottle breakdown, our rating system that we go through in most podcasts. Sometimes we do it with guests, but I don't know if we're going to do it tonight, so I'm covering it. Amin is now moving into his Shively location, the old Seagram's warehouse, and he has barrel aging there, plus CT has a permanent couch there. So you probably, if you go visit Amin, there's a good chance you're going to see CT. But either way, make sure if you stop by, tell him you heard about him on the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. That's the old Louisville Whiskey Company, and they sponsor our barrel bottle breakdown. All right. So we're almost ready to get going. Thank you for subscribing, Rule. I appreciate it. Let's see. Jackie Anderson, good to see you. I'm not monitoring Facebook right now as far as comments, so I guess, do I got to do that? Yeah, that's probably what I should have done a while ago. Bryce, hey, Bryce, good to see you that you're on. Scott, good. Yeah, the dark pumpernickel rye is fantastic. We are ready. We will be ready to go at 8:30 now. Everything's been taken care of. Tonight's podcast is CT should be joining us in a sec, in my opinion. But where did it go? We have Leather and Oak with Steve Lambert coming on tonight. I'm looking forward to that. We've got some. I've got some of the samples that CT picked up and sent out. This one's the curious one. I'm ready to go. We're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. www.scotchybourbonboys.com. Let's see. The Maker's Mark pick is getting close, Scott. It should be close. And Scott's sipping on a new Riff Sherry finish tonight. Make sure you check us out on the web, and then also on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X, along with Apple, iHeart, and Spotify. But become members on YouTube, you guys. All you guys on YouTube, leave me a super chat. I rarely get one of those. I watch so many other podcasts, and all of a sudden there's super chats. One right now, no. And a super chat is a way to guarantee that you get your comment on, and if it's not a bad comment. But we start at 8:30, everybody. Hey, engineer. We start at 8:30. We're about 15 minutes away from that, but I can't wait to get going. Hey, John, good to see you. I'm waiting for CT to jump in here. He should be jumping in momentarily, would be my guess. We're up and running right there. I think that's working right there. Yep, you can see it on there. You can see it on there. We're everywhere, here, there, everywhere. Oh, no, he should be coming in. Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I can. Right. Mm-hmm. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yep.
I got it all already. I've already got everything. I've done it all, CT.
Well, man, you're ahead of schedule.
Well, I'm supposed to be, because I know you don't like it. So I might as well just do it before you get on. And then it's like, now you're like, oh, the podcast started, and you don't even have to hear any of that.
I got to figure out what's that setting on this phone, because it's driving me nuts. I cannot take the fact that it keeps moving in and out. It drives me insane.
See what it does. Baron Maker says hello. Baron Maker. I don't know who that is, but that's cool.
I got to figure this out, because it blurs out the bottle every time. See how it does that if I'm not?
You got to pull them back with you. Yeah, you got to pull them back closer to you.
I'm right on top of them.
No, but I mean, this one's in front. That one, just put them all, line them up.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, it does. It's the depth of field you're dealing. Yeah, see, there you go, all of them, and then this one here, right there. Now you got bottles in front of you. That's fine. We can see them.
I got bottles now. All right.
Yeah, you do. You got bottles. John Ritt says, "What's going on, CT?"
What's happening? It's getting ready to storm here, so I'm trying to pay attention to that too.
Same here. It's getting ready to storm. I thought my son's home. He was supposed to be on the podcast, but because it's going to storm, Roxy had to go to a birth, so he is 100% upstairs taking care of my grandson. So he might get him to sleep before we're finished, but who knows?
Yeah, Well, and who knows what's going to happen with this weather?
It could take us out. It could.
Yeah.
But there's storming here in Illinois. Same thing with John. Yeah, this was a powerful one, right?
Yes. This thing will not adjust. It wants to just mess with me.
I would like to help you, but I could just go to my phone and tell you where the setting is but I don't have phones. One's monitoring.
Yeah, hang on, I'll be right back. I gotta grab my watch.
All right. What? I did not do a. What? What is going on? Here, I'll heart it again. Oh yeah. I'll give all right. I'm giving myself thumbs up.
I think that's about as good as I'm getting it.
It goes way far away, and then it comes right back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's totally depends on, it focuses on the person, but I just need to figure out how to turn that off.
I believe it's in the general settings. I want to say
Liza knew how to do it. I gotta figure it out. Sure. I'm sure I can look it up.
Well, that's what ChatGPT is for.
Yeah.
So how was your day?
It was good. Busy.
Yeah, we're nuts at work. We are absolutely nuts at work. I'm looking forward to tonight's podcast.
Absolutely. Yes.
Did you share to your groups? Or can't?
The few that I actually put to, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it helps that I get on a little bit early, and then you can share it to the groups before you even get on, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and the nice thing is there's people, you share it early, and then people already know, so they can at least make plans to join and whatnot. So.
Well, what's crazy is a lot of times when you get on, it's like the people coming on right away see it pop up. They don't know it's 8:30. Our strict people who know we're going to be doing this at 8:30 and everything. What time did you tell Steve to jump on?
He'll be on right at 8:30. So
okay,
if not a few minutes before.
Yeah. All right, I'm ready to go. Everything's going. It was pretty uneventful. It's kind of cool.
What's that?
Pull that. You got to pull. Yep. Wait.
But see, it moves by me. So if I move a little further over, it
slide. Well, then maybe slide the one by your hand a little over.
Yeah.
No.
But see,
right. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it's touchy with the way that focus is. So I will make it work.
You got it. Don't move.
Yeah, don't move. That is not going to happen.
Yeah, but they're all. Yeah.
They need to find out how to get that off there ASAP, so I don't have to deal with it anymore.
Well, some people think it's really kind of cool. They love it that it zooms in and zooms out and does all this stuff. So,
annoying.
It's been. Have you bought much bourbon lately?
No, I haven't. I mean, just some stuff, but not much. No.
I finally got my suitcase yesterday, and
Thank God.
And my bottle of Dark Arts honey finish survived, no breakage.
That's good.
Oh my God, it's so good.
The bottles, the samples I sent you, you got those.
Well, you can see them, right? I'm really curious. I'm curious about this. Is this the limoncello?
And the clear one that's kind of,
looks like a sample.
That's this bottle, which I think you drank that at the festival, because that's the one that last year when you guys were back.
Oh, okay. So this is when so I met Steve, right?
Yeah.
We went over there and I think we were live, right? And talked to him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the first year he was on the opposite side, and then this year he was over by Middle West.
Yeah, we went over there and talked to him this year. So
when you came over there, I was behind the bar, like back in the back of the tent, and you said, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, trying some limoncello thing he made.
Yep.
So that's what I'm drinking is a limoncello margarita.
Oh, we're doing so much, and it's funny because as we keep doing this and we keep meeting new people and new brands, and then what would you say? Having the people in the brands become friends, the people that you're friends with longer, you kind of remember everything, and then the newer people start to enter into who and where and what you were doing when you forget.
Yeah. There's so much going on in the industry, so many small distilleries that are, fighting for their foothold and whatnot. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah, for sure. And everybody know that tonight everybody is experiencing storms across the Midwest, and if we get cut off, we'll do our best to come back on, but we could lose our lights. There's tornado warnings here, everything. So, we're going to try and keep it going and do our best. I'm excited.
Yes, we are. I'm doing this. That's driving me nuts that I have a unbalanced proportion there. So I need balance.
You got it now. And they're
all. It looks like my chin is sitting on top of that bottle.
Well, you're up. Good. Yeah, for sure. It's all good.
Yeah, Steve's got. I'm sure he's got some good stuff to tell us. They've got a lot of things going on. I think since last fall, right about the time that the festival was going on, I think they were on batch 7 or 8 of the leather and oak, and they are just releasing batch 13, which is not yet for sale, which you have a bottle of
right here, a sample.
Yeah.
And we have batch 8. Right.
Batch 4, batch 8, batch 13, and then batch 2 of the rye, which is also not released yet.
Okay, so this is batch 4. 13, 2, yeah, and there. I don't think you sent 4 samples. I don't think you sent 5.
No, you should have. You mean which bourbons do you have? Which of the leather and oak?
4 and 13.
Oh, I didn't send you 8.
Right.
I don't know why I didn't. Why I didn't do that, but that's all right.
Well, you were overnighting, so that would have added another $20.
The overnight fee is insane.
Did you get the outline?
Yes.
It does kind of help, doesn't it? It gives you ideas, I find.
Yeah, it definitely gives you some ideas and things to talk about. But yes, you asked me if I'd bought any bottles lately. Very few, but I think the last one I might have bought. I bought one of Archer Egan's Cashmere. What else did I buy recently? I'd have to think about it. I bought a store pick of Coal Pick, which I told you that we'll be getting with Whitney and doing a podcast with him. There's another bottle, but I haven't bought much. Too much out there.
Well,
can't get through it.
It's how much I have, right? But at the same time, I think I bought Macaulay's, at the festival. His pick of the honey finish, and then I want to say what else? I believe I bought. Did I buy? No, I didn't buy Bua because I didn't have to buy any Irish with. Oh, but there's I've received a lot of whiskey. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
I have a lot of whiskey, but at the same time, I haven't been buying it, right? There's so much that I'm
like
getting. Did you see that Ed? What happened with Ed? Oh, we can go. He's coming on right now.
I was gonna say, is Steve on there? I thought I saw him.
Yep. There he is.
Good evening, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
We're doing well.
Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good. Good to be seen.
Absolutely. Hey, it's nice that you're not bottling and have a heat gun in your hand this time.
Got to do what you got to do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah, when we say craft small distillery, holy cow, we're talking to the guy. This is the guy.
This is the guy, huh? Yeah, actually, I definitely. I remember. We've met you a couple times at the Ohio Craft. I think 2-3 times I've met you at Ohio Craft Distillery. So, you guys are keep plugging along, right?
Keep rolling. That's all you can do.
Yep.
And Steve said that they will be at the upcoming festival. That's the next Ohio one. That's at the lake.
Buckeye Lake.
So,
Buckeye Lake Winery. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. We plan on going down to that. I think that's still the plan. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we got to work out that Friday and Saturday. Maybe we just find a place between.
Yeah. Don't do it at Buckeye Lake, though. I'm sure that's a no.
Not at that time of year.
No, that's going to be crazy. So, Jeff, are you ready to get started since Steve's on? You want to get moving into it? So
Yep. We want to get moving in. You won't hear it, but we first run a ad that runs that for about 45 seconds, and then you'll hear our theme song. I'll do the introduction, and we'll get going. Okay, Steve?
What's the theme song?
Our theme song, the Scotchy Bourbon Boys.
Oh, I thought it would be something like Whiskey River or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good way to just never be monetized on any social media. I found that out about 400 episodes ago. No, actually, Kenny Fuller he was part of a Luca Mariano distillery, and he picked up the guitars and he goes, "Do you want me to write you a theme song and sing it?" And I said, "Sure." So that's our theme song, but you'll get to hear it.
Cool.
So
all right.
So I'm gonna get this thing started.
Sipping on some scotch, we get a little wild, but it's sure fun to watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every brew. Man, we talk some shit, but we're telling the truth. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, raising some hell and making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, we're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun.
Woo! right. Welcome back to another podcast of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Tiny here tonight. Let's see. There we go. We are here. It's great to be back. We're going to bring you some real bourbon talk, real pours, and absolutely no BS. Because what's happening right now in Ohio is something bourbon fans everywhere need to start paying attention to. There's a new wave of craft distillers who aren't just trying to play the game. They're here to change it. And tonight we've got Steve Lambert from Leather and Oak. Welcome from Columbus, in the Columbus, Ohio area. Welcome, Steve, for coming on the podcast tonight.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
And then we also have CT. CT is here again. And I think
I'm here. I'm back. I'm like a bad, I don't know, headache or something. You know, I just keep coming back.
Yeah, and people might get used to you if you show up so much.
Yeah, I'm better at being out in the public eye. I'm you know, the camera was never my thing, but that's okay.
Well, most people, they look heavier. You just look more muscular.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not. All right. Anyways, Steve, we've kind of CT knows you a little bit better, but I remember a couple of years ago talking to you and you talking about and inviting us down and everything. And now I know CT's been there, and I gotta somehow get there. But in the last couple of years, you know, you're still here. And just talk about the whole process of what you've been doing, you know, how you keep going forward as a craft distiller in Ohio.
So, excuse me, we try to control as many of the controllable things that you can do. And it starts really with the grain and the genetics of the grain. That's the foundation, the grain and the yeast. When people come to the distillery, I like to share the clear or the white dog or the moonshine, whatever you want to call it, coming off the stills so that they understand what the grain and the yeast actually taste like. And that's the foundation of whatever spirit you're making. So after that, it's the barrel or double barrel or whatever kind of influences you're putting on it. But that's like putting lipstick on a pig if you don't have a good foundation. So that's really a big part of what we try to do.
Hey, Steve, you talked about it the other day. What is your background that got you into bourbon? Because we talked about that a little bit with the different grains and whatnot. So what brought you this way?
My degree is actually in agriculture. Grew up in Columbus, but we had a farm down in Scioto County. We farmed on weekends, grew a lot of grain, raised livestock, that kind of stuff. But so I'm very, again, genetics, in agriculture, the genetics, whether it's the grain genetics, or I was mostly in the animal genetics from a college degree standpoint. But the bottom line is that's everything. That is the foundation. And one of the things, and I think I showed you the other day, that we found a couple of I'm going to say heirloom type grains that we're really excited about, and whether that's in the rye, and in Ohio, typically you're not growing rye for bread or for a beverage. It's a cover crop because it's probably the hardiest of all the small grain grasses that can survive through the winter. So the farmers are all just plowing that under. So typically we're going to where we can get the genetics and bring that into what we're trying to use.
Yeah,
it's not always local, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. So the one thing that I think people should know about the grain that you use, which, you know, not everybody knows Leather and Oak. So as I've said in teasers leading up to this podcast, if you don't know, you probably should. And it could be that sleeper bottle that everybody I've ever introduced it to just cannot believe the amount of butterscotch and caramel that's on the nose and palate. But the biggest reason is that it's 100% corn. And that just doesn't happen too often in the bourbon world. We don't see that. You know, most times somebody's adding rye in for grain, you know, for the flavor. They're adding barley in to help it, you know, work together. But you found a way to make 100% corn work. And I think that's pretty incredible. Tell us about how
It's the hardest grain to age the young out of, meaning you're going to end up typically having longer in the barrel experience, which if you're trying to just make money, you want to turn the product over as quick as you can. So a 2-year-old or a 4-year-old is typically not going to be as smooth. You're going to still have some of those, I don't know what else to call them, but the moonshiny or the young taste in a high corn whiskey. Malted barley, and you have a chance, and I see it sitting on your table there, but that rye is 2 years old, and yet I'm prejudiced. I know I'm prejudiced.
Doesn't drink like
okay, but it doesn't drink like it's 2 years.
No.
And a big part of that toast you put on the barrel, the char. We typically are almost always using a 4 char, but the toast is where you get. And I liken it to if somebody's ever sat down on the stove top and decided they wanted to make butterscotch or caramel. Throw a couple cups of sugar in the frying pan, a cup of water, you stir like a mother, it starts turning color, you get that caramel look, caramel flavor. If you want butterscotch, you're going to put some cream or typically some kind of milk product in it a little bit, just to kind of tone it down. But if you let it keep going, it'll get into more of a toffee flavor. Like an English toffee, forget the chocolate on the outside, but that deeper, it's not as sweet, but it's not bitter. And if you wait too long, you got to throw the frying pan away because it's burned and you ain't going to get it out. So, but the bottom line is, so a heavier toast on a barrel will typically give you some of the deeper caramel or toffee notes, typically.
Yeah, but you've got this butterscotch thing down pat because it's that on the nose. So good.
Which one are we talking about, CT?
Let's just do just the leather and oak, whether it's batch 13 or I sent you batch 4 too.
Yep.
So yeah, what's crazy is, so Steve, if interject in this, but you're blending roughly 4 barrels per batch.
Correct.
So I know some people
and I've got batch 6 here. Go ahead.
So you're sipping on batch
okay.
6.
And
okay.
You're always
I am.
So we have 4, 8, 13 is what we have the mixture of. But you're always trying to target somewhere around 94 to 95 proof too, correct?
Correct. So, and it's just, I don't want to say it's marketing, but it's soft enough and it's not harsh at 95. And I'm sure we've all had some 80 proof that didn't taste like it was 80 proof. It tasted like it was 140. It was very alcohol forward. And you can have something that's 120, 125. That's still, you got the alcohol, but it's not harsh at all. So,
right.
The 80 proof drinkers, we can bring them up to the 95 and they're not offended. And the barrel proof folks, it comes down to 95, but they still feel like it's a good product because it's got a lot of flavor to it.
Right. And you're dealing with 100% corn too, which, again, you don't have the rye in there to say, okay, the rye might help the proof or whatever. This this drinks, like I said, it's very, very approachable, I guess is a good word. It's approachable for anybody, but it has a finish. It doesn't just have that thin
Go away.
taste like some. Yeah, you drink some bourbons in 80 to 100 proof, and they're just thin. This is not thin. It's got viscosity, and that's probably because of the pot. I would guess that pot lends to some of that oily.
Well, pot stills versus a column still, very different. They both harvest the alcohol, so to speak. Okay. But you're going to get more of the oils, which are going to come off later in the distillation process. That a lot of flavor, and I kind of a wild example, but I tell everybody if you're going to go to a steakhouse, you're going to get a Wagyu, or you're going to get the most marbled piece of meat you can get, simply because the flavors in the fat, if you think about it. And so those additional flavors and that viscosity, that's going to come off more in the tails, and you're going to get better tails, better tasting tails off of a pot still over a column still. Column still, great for vodka, gin, or even just a stripping run where you're just trying to get some of the stuff out to begin with. But you're always going to get more flavor out of a pot still.
And your pot still is what, a 75 gallon?
75 gallon.
Yeah. So in comparison, for people that are listening or watching, that's a pretty small pot, for what most of the manufacturers that are, not manufacturers, but distilleries that are using a pot, that's a smaller pot. So you are on batch 13. Your pot makes about how many barrels can you fill when you do a run?
Well, 53.
It's how many runs do we do to make a barrel? Okay. Right. It's basically about 5 runs on the pot still to get a barrel. Yeah.
Wow.
So your batches. Okay, so when you do a batch, so you ferment and then you'll run the first, and then you'll run the second. Is the batch based off the fermentation, or because you got a 75 gallon pot still and it's a start and finish thing, correct?
It is. So we'll cook everything. We will enzyme it and pitch the yeast, and we'll do enough that we can do our five or six still runs. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so it's basically one fermentation, if you will. Okay. And then cooking it off a batch at a time. Okay.
So it's a process. I mean, for sure, for what you guys are doing, this is a all in kind of thing, and it's not a fast process. I mean, we talk about that in bourbon anyway, because it takes time for this to all happen. But in your scale, it's a lot. You guys have to really put a lot of effort in for
effort. Absolutely.
You and Dave, and I think is Dave's son Ian.
Yep. And Tim is our other full-time employee.
Yeah. So 4 guys cranking it all out.
So
you got to peel lemons.
How many runs can you do in a day? Distills. How many?
Maximum 2. It's 4.5. It's generally 4.5 hours a run.
Okay, so you're looking at a process of that distilling that over 3 days,
or typically we'll do it over 5, just because we're running the still in the morning earlier, and then we're going out calling on agencies, bars, and restaurants the rest of the day, and tastings in the evening typically.
Okay.
So what made is let's rewind just a little bit before we go forward. You've been doing this, even though Leather and Oak's not been in existence as long. You were doing stuff with Mill Street before, correct? That was the brand name.
That was correct. I was an original investor in Mill Street.
So Mill Street, was it always 100% corn? What brought in that 100%?
Yes,
Okay.
it was. So, and one of the members of Mill Street is I'm going to call him, I don't know how to describe him, but he is definitely a professional chemist, chemical engineer. And and I don't know if you guys ever had any Mill Street. Mill Street was making a great product. But they started bottling their bourbon at 2 years old. You could tell it was going to be good, but it wasn't. It was still young. It was good for what it was, but they had a great product. And just ultimately, I'm going to call it management of the processes is why they ended up going into the receivership. And I figured the only way I was going to get any money back out of it is buy the assets. And that's what Dave Shepard and I both did. And ultimately it was like, are we going to just flip the assets, or are we going to try this and see if we can do it? And as you saw, Chris, I think rather humble distillery that you visited this week. Okay. But
it's humble but great, because it's like you guys, it's a part of you. You're proud of the little barn that's in the building, because you are finding ways to be creative in an environment that most people just pay more money and get what they need. And you guys are trying to do it in a different scale. So I can appreciate that.
And that was what we said. We wanted to see if we could make a product that would be acceptable, that people loved. Whereas, and I'm not saying anybody does anything wrong. It's just, you see it a lot in the craft brewery business, and you've seen it in the distillery business. Folks will go out and spend $2, $3, $4 million on their equipment, and before they even start making product, or they started on a little pot still and they think they're going to be able to just totally have a vertical, straight line up to a bigger thing. Well, stuff doesn't do that. And the limoncello was kind of an example. I started making the limoncello probably 19, 20 years ago when I got the recipe. And biggest batch I ever made was 3 gallons. And that was at Christmas time, so I could give presents out to 10 of my friends. Okay. I made them give me the bottles back, or they didn't get a refill the following Christmas. So, so when we started, it was like, okay, we're going to go from my experience of 3 gallons. I didn't want to go to 300 gallons to start. Okay. I thought, what if we screw it up? So we started off at 50 gallons and made a couple tweaks, because again, it wasn't just a linear recipe, so to speak. And after that worked out, made a couple changes, went up to 100. And then Anna, who is the lady that's on the label there, she is the one that gave me the recipe. I sent 3 different samples down to her, asking her which one was closest to her original recipe. And the good news was she picked the same one that I thought it was. And that's what we have scaled up, and that's that product. But just because you can do something on a small scale doesn't mean you can do it on a larger scale, because there's generally adjustments that need to be made.
Yeah. And you found that out with just like your fermentation tanks, having to keep that little building around those inside a building because the heat, was not there. But it's kind of interesting, because just like with the insulation on the ceiling, the processes that you've gone through in this short period of time, definitely make you probably just, I could tell by the insulation you got excited about it because you had been without it for so long that it's like that's a huge step in a big direction for you guys.
our electric bill went down from $450 to $500 down to $97 last month. So I was happy as hell.
Yeah. So tell Jeff, because Jeff didn't get to go, tell him. So limoncello, I had no idea how that process was. And I know we're talking mostly about bourbon, but the limoncello is phenomenal. How many lemons does it take to make a batch of yours? Go through that story a little bit, because I think that's pretty cool.
So the stainless steel tank you saw, literally there were 600 pounds of lemons that had given up their life for that batch. So I don't know how many pounds or how many lemons are in a pound, but it's somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000. And it's not the lemon juice that's in the limoncello. It's literally the zest, the outside of the lemon. And where it's very applicable to whiskeys and any other thing that we're doing out there, the whiskey is the solvent, or the alcohol is the solvent that is pulling out the oils and the moisture and the flavor that's in the peel, the zest. And you don't want the white part, or very little of the white part, because that's very bitter. So you literally got to kind of skin the lemon to do that and get that put together. But where it's applicable totally to whiskeys also, the alcohol in the barrel is the solvent that's pulling out the flavors, the vanilla, the different flavors, the tannins that's in the oak, and it's pulling it back into the liquor. And if you go see a barrel barn, it's typically black, and it's on the south side of a hill, because it's getting maximum sunshine, maximum heat. And as the wood grain opens up during the day, when it heats up, the whiskey goes in, cools down at night, pushes it back out. And so it cycles in and out of the wood, okay, that have a huge impact on the extraction of those flavors, because every time it goes in and comes back out, it brings some good stuff with it.
The limoncello, we were talking about the using that fermentation process with the zest, and then you do this 3 times a year. So you get basically 3 main batches that you do during the year from that. So, but these are hand peeled lemons too. This is not just like, hey, throw it on a conveyor. Again, just like everything you guys do, it's 4 guys and whoever else comes to help.
All the volunteers.
Is it
all the volunteers we can get?
Is it peeled or zested?
It's peeled.
So
because you'd be sitting there with that would be
insane,
horrible. Yes,
you'd probably cut yourself a bunch of times too. There'd be blood in there.
We have a first aid kit at the facility. Yes, we do.
Yeah, but I mean, so you have to peel. Okay, so there's a lot of what would you say? A lot of work that goes into limoncello.
Yeah.
When we put handmade on the label of Honest Handmade Limoncello, it's handmade.
And a couple of things about it. So it's won several awards. We'll talk about the awards on the other bottles for the leather and oak, but your limoncello's won awards too.
Correct. We've got bronze from San Francisco International Spirits our first year. Last year we got a gold from San Francisco International Spirits on our limoncello, and I'm shipping off the samples, or whatever you want to call them, what they're going to judge this week. The boxes just came from Uline today, so I'll be putting the bottles in there and shipping them off.
Will that be the batch that you just bottled the other day?
Yes.
Nice. Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I just had batch 4. That's what CT sent me. Yeah, I'm trying to drop it. My question is, okay, so you've got the 100%. It's 100% corn mash bill, and You mentioned that you do use enzymes to some extent, correct?
You have to, especially
Right.
so malted barley has which by the way, a lot of people don't realize you can have malted corn, malted barley, malted rye, malted wheat, malted soybeans. You can have anything malted. Malted just means it's been sprouted and that sprouting has stopped. So the kernel, we store energy in our body in fats. Grains store their energy in long carbohydrates. And so the enzymes that take place when that seed sprouts, the enzyme is released within that seed and it breaks down the long carbohydrates down into simple sugars, and it makes that energy available to the plant to send up the leaves and down with the roots, and gives it that energy source until it can start the photosynthesis process and generate its own energy and sugars.
Okay.
So malted barley has a specific enzyme in it called amylase. And amylase is probably the single best general enzyme that will break those down. So whether it ends up being malted barley in there or whether we would put enzymes in there, literally that is what breaks those long carbohydrates down into the simple sugars that the yeast can actually eat in this case.
Right. If the chains are too long, the yeast will produce byproducts, right? And it's not all.
It's not just that. Think of a little yeast trying to eat on a big ear of corn and it doesn't fit in its mouth.
So then it can't even eat it.
Exactly. So you're going to have a lot of available sugars not be available because they're not broken down to become available. I used the same word 5 times in the same sentence, so I hope that makes sense.
Well, it makes total sense, and it's twofold in the fact that one, it can affect the taste of what's happening, and two, it also affects the yield that you get off the batch. I mean, you want that yeast processing as much of that sugar into alcohol, so you get a higher yield when you're distilling. So that makes total sense.
100%. And we're not making like a Guinness beer. Think of how, I don't want to say how thick but it's got
viscosity.
longer chains still in it. Okay, that did not get consumed or not broken down. That lends to that flavor, and that's part of Guinness, if you will.
Right. So I'm finding the more I drink bourbon that 100 corn mash bill produces the flavor that I probably love the most. I know that Mark Carter from Old Carter has some Old Carter that he used 100, and so as it ages, and like you said, it takes longer to age in the barrel, but it seems like that barrel influence on that 100% corn mash bill, the two of them are like, it's like a marriage in heaven. Whereas you're picking up those caramels from the wood sugars, caramelized wood sugars, and then you've already got that corn flavor, and you make those rich, but it's almost like you're making syrup, to go on top of ice cream. It's so caramely and rich and butterscotchy that it's fantastic. This batch 4 that I'm drinking here, he picks up the butterscotch and it makes me happy.
So corn is the sweetest of all the grains too. So you've got the most sugar to actually work with. But if you've ever had, we've all had, probably, I can't speak for you guys, but I've had some bad moonshine experiences. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And so where you got that rocket fuel kind of wild flavors in your mouth, 9 out of 10 times, that's because they actually put table sugar into the mash because they're trying to harvest the alcohol.
Right.
And that actually will produce a lot of those off flavors. So, and that's why I tell people, a lot of times people come to the distillery and I say, I'd like you to taste it clear. And they'll go, no. And I go, please taste it. If you don't like it, just, it's okay. Throw it out on the floor. It's no problem.
Hand
okay?
sanitizer.
Yeah. But they go, oh, that's actually pretty good. And I said, it's because it doesn't have all those off flavors that are coming from the cane sugar, the simple sugar that's going into it, that's breaking down and creating some of those wild flavors. So an all grain product, which technically any whiskeys made in America are supposed to be, okay?
Right.
But when you start getting into some of the people and they're trying to boost the alcohol production, they'll throw some sugar in it. But you can definitely taste it. You can, because it's gonna be a wilder flavor.
Yeah, I could see that. All right, so
I'm trying to decide between 13 and 4. I've been going back and forth because
so you've been drinking both.
I've got both poured, but I drank all the 13, so I got to go back.
I drank all the 4 and I just poured the 13.
But there is some subtle differences. So, I mean, obviously, when you're only doing 4 barrels, there's going to be some nuances that are different between them. But I feel like 13 to me had even a little more vanilla on the palate.
More banana. I pick up a little.
Banana.
Yeah, I pick up like almost. Yeah, just like a little bit of just a little bit.
It's just
those are the esters, guys.
Mm-hmm.
The yeast, different yeast will generate different ester profiles. I can tell you that's the same yeast in all of them. The mash, the grain, the yeast, and the barrels are all exactly the same, not obviously from the same years, okay? So you're going to get subtle differences there. And atmospheric conditions. I have 2 friends that I make wine with. We buy 6 to 8 tons of grapes a year. We literally crush them together. We ferment them together. We press them together, and we all go home with our 150, 200 gallons, okay? We'll sit down a year later. Everything was exactly the same. We came out of the same stainless steel tanks that you saw there at the distillery, Chris. And that's and there will be subtle differences just from my basement versus one guy that he went all full tilt and did a special conditioned room, always at the same temperature, blah blah blah. So they're all different. It's going to be different, even if it's exactly the same starting. So that's part of the nuance, and that's part of, people ask me what's my favorite batch, and I tell them every time, my answer is I love all my children equally. Okay, so I don't discriminate.
Well, I think
it would be hard to pick one because they're so similar.
I think you're doing a good job on consistency between 4 and 13. It definitely, if I wasn't tasting back to back and I had bought 4 and remembered, and now I'm drinking 13, I'm going to be saying it's the same bourbon. And, and on pot still, and like what you're talking about with 4 batches and kind of doing it, and you keep doing it over, you're doing one of the hardest things for distillers ever. It used to be trying to make the products taste the same. And then once they figured that out, then we all went crazy and we wanted nuances. So, it's just the market is, but I'm going to say that they're, like I said, they're really close. They definitely have, and I wouldn't say some of the stuff that I drink from Ohio has a definite terroir. There's like an Ohio flavor to it, but this is you've got how many years average are you at to get the corn to start to taste how you want? What do you got to get the barrels up to? I know you said you can't
It's
do
got to
it.
be. It's. I'm going to say 5-6 years minimum. Okay.
Right.
So the other part about aging and smoothing out liquor, oxygen is one of the most powerful chemical agents there is. Oxygen will take steel and turn it into rust, if you think about it. I mean, that's pretty powerful. So nature abhors a vacuum. So when you get angel share going out, atmosphere and oxygen is going to come in. And so that oxygen, in the top of the barrel and that surface area, that's going to make a difference. So think about what I'm about to say. I'm not trying to get all physics here. I'm going to do pi r squared or whatever. Okay. But if you have a barrel sitting sideways versus up and down, okay, you're going to have more exposure to oxygen because your surface area is longer, right, on sideways than you will if your barrel's upright.
Palletized.
So it's just that's why there's so many different and again, part of my background is heavy chemistry and physics and just kind of understanding those components. And I showed Chris something because one of the things that we do is every batch, when I say batch, I'm not talking about cooking a batch. I'm talking about we got a grain harvest and we're gonna do a couple barrels of it, minimum, maybe 3. And I'll use a different yeast in each barrel, 50 gallons. Okay. And then I'll cook it down and I'll taste it because I want to see what that yeast does. And we're gonna find out which yeast is going to give us the flavor profile that we're looking for. Well, then I take that clear and we'll sit it down and I'll do maybe minimum of 6 and possibly 10 half-gallon mason jars, and I will put staves, and Chris saw those. Okay, I'll put those in, and we'll let it set for 60 days, and we'll taste it, and then we'll decide what toast we want, what char we want, what type of wood we're looking for, what kind of finish we want to put on it in addition to the barrel. Because if you're going to let this stuff sit for 5 years, the last thing in the world you want to do is come back 5 years later with all the money and the time value of money that's in that barrel and say, oh my God, it is just hand sanitizer at this point in time. Or we're going to use this to flavor candles, okay? Or some whatever else you can think of that probably is not of high value.
Yes.
So you don't want to waste that money. But so that's where after 60 days, we can really tell what each one of those woods will do and where it will land. And I actually started doing this before, but then it's always nice to know that somebody way bigger than us is doing something similar. Okay. Maker's Mark. Our oldest daughter lives in Louisville, and they went to some kind of event where they bid in a barrel on a I'm saying, for a not-for-profit. You know what I'm saying? For a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Okay. So they bid in a barrel pick with Maker's Mark. And what Maker's Mark did is they dumped a barrel of Maker's 46, and that's over off the side. But they gave them tastes with different staves that they could see what the finish was on that Maker's 46 after 12 weeks. And when they came back, they turned around and they put the barrel back together, but they hung the amount of each stave that they wanted dangling down in it. And 12 weeks later, they dumped the barrel, bottled it, and that's your barrel pick. So it's that same concept.
That's
you got one?
That's this. We did that this past September. I'm trying. The only problem is I can't get it yet. I should be able to. It should be able to be available. But you know what? I was thinking exactly what you were saying based off what and they measured it out. They let you taste from each one, and then if you with what the staves would taste like, they met and then they put it. They did the math to let you, and then gave you a sample of what it's going to taste like, and then you picked it. And they did that math and then put it in a 53-gallon barrel. And I think for us, it was September, and it was ready by October. It was ready by December 1st. So it was like two and a half months. So yeah.
Yep. I think it's right around 12 weeks or thereabouts. So yeah, but we were doing it a little differently, and we were all sitting around. Couple people may have slept on the couch there at the distillery, okay? But we were doing tastings, and we were doing different mixes. We're saying, okay, let's do 2 parts this and this, and we're blending it out. Everybody's tasting it, figuring it out. And but we weren't talking about it while we're tasting, okay? In other words, we're writing down our notes, and when everybody's done, put your pencils down. Now let's talk about what you've got, so nobody's influencing somebody else. Oh, yeah, I got that too. That kind of thing. So we were getting as honest a feedback as we could to come up with the blend. So, and that's kind of what we do. I mean, we'll sit down and try some different things. So I know we're not on the rye yet, but I'm going to give you an example. The rye came in, we grew our own crop of rye. Rye comes in, we cooked it, enzymed it, 2 different yeasts. Barrel number 1, after it was done, it was like daggum Sazerac. It was like any right down the middle of the road peppery rye you've ever had. Okay, Willet pot still, just a lot of pepper, very clean. Not a lot of residual sweetness. So that second yeast comes back. It's way softer. It's still got the pepper, not punch in the nose pepper, but it was very clean also. But it still had some sweetness to it. So I'm an inquiring minds want to know. And Chris, I don't know if I pointed it out when we were there, but we've got a $30,000 machine in there that I can do a pretty bang up analysis on stuff. Costly pain in the ass, but it's there. So I went back and I tested, and the second yeast left a 1.01% of residual sugar. Just that little teeny bit made a distinctive difference. And I'm kind of coming back to an Angel's Envy rye that's finished in a Caribbean rum cask. It's rye, but it picks up the nuance of the rum and the molasses. And we ended up we went with number 2 in the rye that we've got. In other words, that's the yeast that we're using in that rye. Okay. because of, again, it's not fermenting 100% of the sugar, which so it's leaving that just that teeny little bit of, again, you wouldn't think 1% not, fermented and turned into alcohol makes that kind of a difference.
Yeah, it's you said it right there. There was a flavor that I was getting that I was trying to put my finger on, and it's a slight rum flavor that I got, like just the sweetness of like a rum, just a tad bit of that, but it's very different. Still has some of the standard grain flavors of rye. You get some of the spearmint, but it's complex. It does a lot, and it's how old?
2 years.
And
Turned 2 in December.
And so this isn't aged in rum barrel casks. This is actually just a straight rye.
Brand.
What
2 years in just a virgin American oak, white oak
There
barrel.
is definitely a sugar sweetness like a rum in that palate. Wow. I mean, it's 2 years. That's a young rye, and a lot of people, that rye would be off-putting as could be, because I've tried some of them. They're not my favorite, but that is super drinkable.
So one of the things, and there's nothing more fun for me when we go to an event and somebody's got 10 tasting tickets or whatever, and when they come back and they spend their last ticket with us, that tells me that we made an impression. And so since we've come out with the rye, we only came out with it between December, which we bottled batch number 2 last week. Gotta think if you wouldn't have sent me a reminder, Chris, I don't know if I would have remembered what day of the event here was. But the bottom line is, I can't tell you how many people ask them. I said, "Do you like rye?" And a lot of people said, "No, no, it's way too hot for me, too peppery." Okay. And I said, again, I'm not going to be offended, but try it. Tell me what you think. I really would respect your opinion. I can't tell you how many people who said, "No, I'm not a rye drinker," and they're going, "I would drink this," and they love it.
So,
and it's
so what's the mash bill on this?
It's high rye. It has some corn and malt in it also. So it's a 3 grain.
Okay.
Yeah, as good as it is at 2 years.
Oh, it's going to be it's going to be some kick-ass stuff, though.
Yeah.
I am so impressed. And Chris, I'm thinking back, because we're doing other stuff, I didn't pull any of the barrel proof out for our next batch, because I had those 4 barrels in there for the next batch. It's going to come out of the barrel 100. They've been averaging 118 to 121. One barrel was 122, but let's just say it's 119 to 120. It's not hot at 120. It is really, really good. And that's why we proofed that down to 100 and a little change, but it's delicious.
So you did a bourbon. You did the regular leather and oak. You did a foolproof version, basically, that Genji did the barrel pick at Oba. He
was our very first barrel pick.
And I did get to try that. Oh my God, that was fantastic.
And no, I have a lot of fun, in case you guys can't tell.
So with your production, right around, if you're doing a barrel, let's just say you do a barrel a week, So you're like 50, 60 barrels a year, and your batches are four barrels for a batch, and you were going through it. How do you manage something like this where you got a 2 year and you're making a batch, but you want to put some age on it? I mean, that's kind of a hard thing, especially when you're trying to, to talk about the financial aspect of, the longer it's there, you lose liquid. There's no doubt about that. It gets better, but at the same time, you're with your limited production, it's like to let something age, let's just say 8-10 years, that's got to be kind of tough to manage, right? To end up with a batch.
Very tough. So our single biggest critical path item is that exactly. It's we had, when we got the double gold on our bourbon in San Francisco in 2024, we had a group come to us that wanted to take us into 42 states. And it's like, guys, it's a great honor. And it's hard for me to ever say no to anything that is going, driving into the smoke. Okay. I'm all about the charge. Okay. But we couldn't get in over our skis. And so we are working on some solutions that will not, trying to think of the right word. I told you English language is not my best subject, but
Mine neither.
We're working on solving that problem without diluting or compromising the product.
And so you just got some big news the other day. I saw on, I think maybe you guys posted it, which helps kind of grow a little bit. The village or city of Hilliard, you guys just received a grant.
We did. So you actually saw the building with a bit of a facelift. Okay. It was uglier than that to begin with. Trust me. Okay. I used to tell everybody, when your GPS says you're here, look to the left or the right, and you're going to look for the ugliest baby shit brown building with the paint peeling off of it. Ugliest building in Old Hilliard, I guarantee you. And
it's not easy to find.
but we were fortunate enough that we did get a matching grant from Hilliard for $50,000. Hilliard has embraced us. And Chris, I don't know if I told you this part of it when you were there the other day, but I live in Canal Winchester, which is southeast. Okay. Dave lives up in Lewis Center, and we could not have found a place farther from both of our houses in Franklin County. Okay. And with all the freaking construction and shit inside of Columbus, okay. Oh my God. I mean, it's a trip. So, but when we took the building down, it was 2019, and remember, economy was going and blowing, and pre-COVID, we couldn't find a space that was zone manufacturing. You know what I'm saying? It was small enough that we could go into, right? And so that's where we ended up. But Hilliard has been, I mean, they have embraced us, and they have been so, we're like family. And part of the reason why I love Canal Winchester is like Mayberry RFD. It's a small town, but it's part of Columbus, that kind of thing. But it's still really, really small, and I love that. Hilliard is the same thing, pretty much. I mean, they're close to Dublin, and so you know what I'm saying. I mean, some of that carries over, but the bottom line is they have been so generous with their just warm embracing in the city, and we love them. We love them, and if we had an opportunity to move out, I can tell you, I wouldn't do it. They love us to death, and we love them.
And so people who want to come try it, again, I think for most people that are watching or listening, they may not have even seen the product because it's not, just like you said, somebody comes to you and says, hey, we want to push you in 42 states and blah, blah, blah. Realistically, leather and oak isn't even highly available through the state of Ohio. It's in Columbus, but not everywhere in Columbus. But can come to the distillery, do a tour. They can do that through the website.
Absolutely. The info at leatherandoakspirits.com, that comes to me. And I'll set it up. The only thing negative, and it's not a negative, but we want to do it. We were doing an event at COSI here last month. I had 3 people call, wanted to do a distillery tour. It was all hands on deck at COSI. There was like 1,500 people going to be there that night. So all 4 of us were there. Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? We couldn't do that. So it's something that we want to do. You can bring a freaking school bus. Okay. I don't care. You may not be able to turn the school bus around in our parking lot, but bottom line is you can bring a school bus of people. That's okay. We don't care about that. It's just, we need to know it's not that much of a walk-in, but the unit that you saw up front when you pulled in the parking lot, Chris, that big clear garage door, that's gonna be our tasting room. I mean, right now we've been using the distillery totally as the distillery.
Do it all.
Yeah, it was the all around room, but we are going to have a tasting room. We're hoping to have it in. It's based on when the permits get issued to do the work up there.
Well, in the meantime, people can go to these different events around. So, I mean, if you live in Columbus, of course, we just talked about the one that's going to be at Buckeye Lake. You can go to Buckeye Lake. You can buy a ticket to get in, and you can go around and taste not only leather and oak, you can taste other Ohio distilleries.
I think there'll be 12 to 15 other distilleries. Okay. I haven't counted them up. I know it's closed, so all of them have been figured out. But so leather and oak spirits.com. I don't even know. I've never typed Facebook in my computer. I probably should never say that on social media here. Okay. But I am on Instagram, which I learned I needed to really do that to start.
It's a full-time job too.
Oh, that's why we got people, if you will. And when I say people, we got some really good people.
Jeff and I do this, and it's all the time. It's never ends to be on Facebook, Instagram, updating, doing all this.
YouTube, yeah. Oh, yeah.
See this gray hair? Okay. Back in my day, it was Yellow Pages. Okay, so I'm a little. I'm kind of old school, but not that I'm not trying to embrace the future. Okay, just simply when we went out to San Francisco to get our Double Gold Award, that was one of the themes. I mean, it was like, oh my God, how many followers do you have? Oh, I don't know. You know, I haven't paid attention to that.
Well, but no, in your defense, okay, you're making and selling whiskey.
In defense of me, I'm old. Okay?
No, not.
Yeah, but if I'm selling it, I should be selling it. I gotta learn these newfangled ways.
I mean, all. I'm old too. Whatever, but this is
you're young as shit compared to me. Okay, so that's okay.
61.
Oh, you're still a youngster.
Yes, but I remember the Yellow Pages too, and I remember most people. Eventually, the the phone booths. I mean, that used to be
They
ridiculous.
just
People,
there
there's
was no
people.
there was no place for Superman to change.
Yeah, I mean, I remember sitting there waiting to use the phone to call my dad. Was a commercial art business, to come back home after delivering some artwork, and that was, anyways. But that's beside the point. But running the podcast and promoting a podcast, the whole social media thing is very important, because you can reach so many people and convince them that this is what they want to do.
I'm sold on it. Trust me, I'm sold on it. This is great. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But I don't make whiskey on this. I'm not. Your main job is producing and distilling whiskey. You need people to do the other part, because the most important part is the product, and in everything else, that old school stuff you still should do. Labels and labeling, and getting the information out there on everything, but then having it go to something else, that's just like you said, that's another just full-time promoting.
Well, this is a self-promotional thing here right now. Okay. Yeah. My Instagram is bootlegger614. Just saying.
There you go.
If anybody wanted to follow me.
I bet you're going to have all kinds of new followers, and you're going to wake up in the morning, there's going to be like all these new followers.
Great. So, I've only done 3 posts, but I will tell you this, Chris, I didn't tell you this the other day. I grew my own lemon this year at the house. Okay. And we went ahead and divvied it up, took some pictures out on the back deck. You know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be probably my 4th post. Okay. Anyway.
No.
I love growing stuff, and again, we grew our own lemon in Ohio.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to be doing posts and you want to promote, all you got to do is do some releases that are very super limited, and that there's only a certain amount, and then you put it out on social media, so the most people possible that are close to you in the state of Ohio want to come and get that. And those should be that's how you should promote it. Otherwise, all the other stuff, it's funny, because I've got the niche of shorts on YouTube based off of thieving whiskey from barrels. So, like, if I would come to your place, we would thieving from the barrel, us doing it, you doing it, everything. We do it everywhere that we possibly can. And I have the keywords down, and those are guaranteed views. But if I try and do something other than that, it won't get the. You would think that because you've done so much, people would just watch other stuff you do, but that's not the way it goes. It's kind of like the algorithm picks up whiskey thieving, but if I do, anything about distilling, or put something out like that, instead of tens of thousands to millions of views, I get 150. So it's a really a lot of time and effort goes into that one.
Well, that's way above my pay grade.
Yeah. And for right now, the scale is probably good. You're moving forward. You're into batch 13. It's growing and growing, and it'll continue to do that. But I think that the big thing for me and Jeff today, I think, was to get people to realize that in Ohio, we have some seriously killer hidden gems that are running pot stills, that are running all these things, and are true grain to glass, or farm to glass, whatever you want to say, type places, just like you, that are taking it very seriously. that aren't just saying, "Oh, I just want to start a distillery today," or "I want a bourbon brand."
And I would tell you that I've done most of the, I'm going to call it grain research or picking out, you know what I'm saying, the stuff that we're doing that's unique. But there are some awesome resources available now for everybody. They love to sell their stuff. There's guys in Ohio now that are growing stuff that you couldn't get. It took us forever to get our grain, enough grain to plant 14 acres of the corn that we harvested 2 years ago. Okay. And it was expensive as hell because it takes 40,000 seeds to plant an acre. And it was very, very difficult to accumulate enough of the seed. And we had to go through and sort the seed because corn cross-pollinates easily. And you could tell which grains were cross-pollinated with the yellow. Okay. And so literally we're flicking the table you saw us labeling on. Mm-hmm. We're pouring it out like a couple gallons of seed on that table and sorting them out one by one in order enough to do that 14-acre field. Okay. Yeah. I'm not, that there is no exaggeration. It ain't shit, Chris. Okay. So, I mean, it just, but that's the attention to detail because the product is everything. And that's why we do all these tastings, because somebody walks into an agency and they got $100 in their pocket. They're going to buy what they know. They're going to buy what they want. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to go buy and say, "Oh, they got a pretty label. I think I'll try that one." They don't do that. If they don't taste it, they're never going to buy it. Well, and that's everything for us.
Right. And you going out and then, so not just tasting it, because I've been at festivals where even just the New Orleans Bourbon Festival, they might send reps or they might send somebody who works at the distillery at the counter or whatever, because they're someplace else. And you could taste the whiskey and some of it's, it's really good. But if you get to meet the person who is making the whiskey or is in charge of, the promotion directly and directly part of the process, when you walk into the store and you're going to try something new, you basically remember you. And so you're like, well, I want to try it. It tasted decent, so I think I'm going to get a bottle of that. And then after that, that relation, if someone builds and gets to know you, that really helps. But that's why even it just goes back to it's boots on the ground when it comes to whiskey, because there is so many choices these days, and there's a lot of damn good whiskey on that shelf, but the personality of the brand is what a lot of times will get people to try you for the first time, but also then the quality, like you said, is what keeps them coming back.
And if you don't have a good product, you're never going to get a repeat customer.
Right.
I mean, that's the bottom line. And, I love the fact that people want to support local, and I'm all about local too. But the bottom line is, if it ain't good, I don't give a shit where it came from.
And Ohio is making some damn good.
Are you bleeping? Are you guys bleeping me out when I cuss? I'm sorry.
Don't. This is a whiskey. Wait. This is a fucking whiskey podcast. You can cuss.
Okay,
We're not supposed to cuss.
I never want to offend anybody.
We're not supposed to cuss in the first 8 minutes, and after that, it's then advertisers don't mind. So we usually try and keep it.
Ahead.
Yep. Yeah. I did something. So what is your proof on the limoncello?
That is 80 proof.
80 proof?
Yes.
Jesus. I mixed the limoncello with the rye.
Yeah.
And oh my God, It takes a little bit of the sweetness of the limoncello out, and then it puts a little bit of the rye aspect, and it works.
So I will tell you, and one of our best friends in life, and he's been awesome in helping us in our things. But Buckeye Vodka, Seth Warren at Buckeye Vodka.
That's great.
He is such a dear friend. And so what I'm about to say, Seth, I don't want you to take it as an offensive statement. Okay, now I've got the disclaimer on the way.
Well, it's going to be offensive.
No, it won't be offensive. It just might be competitive.
Oh.
So, you know, I love taking that limoncello. It makes great cocktails. Okay. And so again, when we're out doing tastings, I'll have people try the limoncello by itself, and then I'll turn around and I'll say, okay, and I'll do you like a Moscow Mule? Well, yeah, I love a Moscow Mule. Well, screw Russia. This is a Sicilian Mule. Okay. And I put some ginger beer in it. Now they've tasted that. And if, again, depending on how deep my bag of tricks is at wherever the tasting is, I'll throw some cranberry in. And now all of a sudden it's a Cosmo kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And at Muirfield last year, we did strawberry lemonade. Okay. I mean, you can put the bubbles in and the fizz in with anything as sophisticated as Prosecco, go to club soda, 7-Up, ginger ale, ginger beer. It doesn't matter. So lemon is in so many different flavors, or combination of flavors that are great, that it makes a great cocktail. And it's fun. You don't lose any alcohol because it's 80. There's only one other 80 proof limoncello in the state. I know them well. They know me well, and I love to kick their ass.
But is this a cocktail? Rye and limoncello. What would that be called?
You know what? Okay, hang on. Bourbon and limoncello. You look it up. Bourbon and limoncello is a cocktail. I forget what it's called. Okay, but that one's a little. Don't again. As a child, I was very sickly, and when I taste anything that tastes like cough syrup to me, I want to puke. Okay, that's borderline cough syrupy to me.
What?
Okay?
Rye with limoncello?
I'm just saying the whiskey and the limoncello.
I would say bourbon and limoncello wouldn't go together the way your rye is going together. I honestly.
Okay, so see my rye?
Yeah.
I switched from the bourbon to the rye, just saying. Okay.
You need to do this, Chris.
Wait.
There it is. It's not cough syrupy at all.
Okay. Guess what?
You just
game on, baby.
I mean, I'm not rye. It's Chris. Rye's not my favorite. Oh my God!
It smells awesome.
It sure does.
Okay.
It almost smells fresh. And it takes away the sweetness of that intense sweetness of the limoncello and mellows it just a little bit. That's a drink right there.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Hang on a minute. So I'm gonna, for anybody that might be listening, because you guys were Scotch guys too. Okay, I heard Scotch in the
Scotchy Bourbon boys. Yeah.
Okay, I heard that. You know, a rusty nail.
Yeah.
This isn't taste at all like rusty nail, but it has characteristics of a rusty nail.
I'll give you that. It doesn't have the smokiness. There's enough sweetness of the limoncello, But
Oh my God.
There's the name of the drink. It's called the Rusty Nail.
no, that's already a drink.
That's a Scotch drink. And
Oh,
What would you call this?
it's a
I'm going to come up with something. I'm all about the story.
And if you put this
I
on,
don't know if you guys can
I'm
tell
just
that.
going to tell you.
Oh my God, this is good.
I know, I'm telling you. And then if you put this on the rocks, like on a big cube, and you just that little bit down into whatever, it might even take it to the.
Okay, so what was your mix? Was it 50-50?
That's what I
The
did.
first was
I
50.
just did 50. I just did 50.
I think it was
I just
50.
did 50-50.
The first was 50-50, but this time probably about 60-40 rye to limoncello because I wanted to see if it took away the sweetness a little further, and I felt it got to the perfect point.
Oh,
And
add
this
an ice cube to it. I added an ice cube to it. That even
what? Where's the ice from? You just produced what? Did you crap out of?
I had a margarita. I had a limoncello margarita here, and I just robbed the ice from it.
Okay.
So
No.
how was your limoncello margarita?
It was good. So I did not. I will plead that I did not squeeze limes and all that. I bought a low calorie version that I like. I think it's is it Spellings? Is that one of the brands? Something like that. And so I did it 50-50 with the mix. That's a liquid mix with the limoncello. It was fantastic. Shook it in the shaker. I had it the last 2 nights. It's good.
Why does the rye make it taste like more like lime? That is, you almost pick up margarita flavors. There's a little bit of lime with the lemon. Just imagine too. Here's another one. Okay, you put this on the rocks. You're right. But what happens if you put
It accelerates the citrus. It accelerates the citrus.
You could put this with. You could do a splash of Sprite or white soda. That would even work too.
Yeah.
That is fan-fucking-tastic. I mean, I'm not. I don't. I just. That's just unbelievable. I mean, the limoncello. If you're just drinking the limoncello and it's light and you're just using it, it's 80 proof, but it is the oily viscosity to it, and that is a sipper. There, you would not want to be just pounding that. But this, whoever thought, what's the proof on the rye? 94 too, or 100? Did you say 100 and?
It's over. It's 100. Hang on. Let me see.
Yeah, let's take the 80 proof limoncello and add 100.
100.21.
100.21 rye to it and make it more drinkable.
I do think you said Sprite, but I think ginger beer with this.
You could.
Ginger. Oh, you talk about ginger. Ginger just really elevates and the flavor profiles of everything.
And
in my opinion,
I agree, and I like ginger, but ginger adds something to it that's. But I thought white soda or Sprite would be like complementary to what you're tasting. You know what I mean? You would add the sparkling whatever, but it's almost like that. That almost tastes like a Sprite.
If you wouldn't have told me what you did and how good it was,
you never would have done it.
I would never, ever have done this. Okay. This is not, but I'm sorry. It might be medicinal, but it's not medicinal taste. Okay?
No, not at all. I mean, it's refreshing. It takes the lemon, the ultimate aspect of the lemon, and lightens. It's 100 proof rye, but it's this rye. I mean, if it was spicier, it was a normal rye, but it's your rye. Because I was just tasting it, and I'm like, wow, that's really a nice drinkable rye. No off flavors that, because I have to work to find ryes, and this is not anything like in a flavor profile of Bullet rye or a 95.5, MGP, but it has some really nice flavors. But then I'm going, the limoncello is really, really. It's like a dessert that's really, really sweet. So you would only just want to have light. But if you put that rye in there, you're going to come up with something that you're going to be like, wow, that it's not too sweet anymore, and it kind of goes down. Plus, Just give me a little credit when it's your number one drink at the bar.
Oh no, you know what? We're gonna put it on our website, and we will do it in our tasting stuff. So on the limoncello, we've got a very dear friend and a total advocate of Leather and Oak Spirits that does our videos on our cocktails. Okay. I don't know if you've seen her, Heather. Heather is such a sweetheart. No, she'll be featuring this on one of our future videos. I guarantee you.
That's cool.
Yeah, this is, and you know, the nice thing with the rye in there is you get some of the proof on the back end. It's still got a little bit of a finish to it, so it's not just totally cocktaily to the 10th degree. It's got a nice balance.
I'm telling you, I love your corn with the corn bourbon. You know, the 100% corn bourbon. And I would, if I'm at your place, I would definitely buy a bottle of your bourbon. Okay. Normally, I get a lot of ryes to taste from people that are sent to me, and but if I give away a lot of rye, because if I walk downstairs, I usually am going to pick a bourbon from my 1,500 bottles instead of a rye. But I will tell you, this is the first bottle of rye that I want to obtain. I want to buy a bottle of limoncello to go with it so I can make this. And so not only does the limoncello, but this is a twofer where where you want to buy both to get to where and it's that good.
So I got a question for you. Do you like lemon meringue pie?
Yes, I do like lemon and key lime pie.
Okay, so my favorite limoncello recipe that's on our website, and I am not a martini dude in any form or fashion. Okay,
I only like the olives. I love olives, so
or a very dirty martini. Okay, but okay, I agree with you. But the bottom line is, one of my absolute favorite recipes is that we have a lemon meringue pie martini. And it is like drinking a piece of lemon meringue pie.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Okay. Twist my arm.
Okay. I'll make it happen. Chris.
So do you guys, I mean, at the distillery, do you have a bar area or no?
No, we have a table that we pour drinks off of.
Okay.
At the distillery.
It's a lab.
It is a lab, but we will have our tasting room hopefully by the end of April. So that's the goal.
Okay.
Great.
Perfect.
But we're dependent upon the wonderful city of Hilliard issuing the permits that our workmen can come in and get the stuff done.
Yeah. And in the meantime, they can buy tickets to the upcoming event, which that event, is it the main sponsor? You just said, whatchamacallit from
Buckeye? Seth?
Isn't that the
winery? No. Is it?
Yeah. The Buckeye Lake Winery. It's a beautiful facility. I don't want to say I had anything to do with it, but last year, it was last weekend in April, and it was cold as crap. Okay. And I told him, I said, why don't you do it on Kentucky Derby Day? And we may have more people. And they go, great idea. And so if you're coming out, we'll be watching the Kentucky Derby. Might have some mint juleps on hand. I don't know. But of course, with leather and oak spirits. Sorry.
Maybe a lemon julep.
That would be interesting. Okay, so I'm going to.
This should be a new Derby drink right here.
I love mojitos. I love mojitos.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
Oh, me too.
Mint. I grow my own mint. I do. I mean, the whole 9 yards.
14 different rums.
But you know what? That's going to be an interesting twist because I've got my mint is up about 5 inches. That will be a tomorrow project.
I'm gonna work on the name of this drink right here, and we'll come.
No. I want you to do it because we're going to put your name on the thing. It's your drink.
I mean, this is on.
But it better be catchy.
Of course. I mean,
okay.
this is the Chris. I get excited about Rise ever?
No.
And I'm excited. I can't believe how well that went together. Oh, it is a drink.
It's limoncello is the new liqueur 43 for you.
Sorry.
That's just, what the hell are you talking about? I do not have a. I will never have a. I love caramel and that tastes delicious, but I will never buy a bottle of that. I saw it on the shelf and I didn't even think about it. I'm just like, it's really, there's that much on this.
Driving home today to come home to get ready for this, I really wanted to pick up some vanilla ice cream, not vanilla bean, just regular vanilla. And I was going to take the limoncello and pour it in there and make a milkshake.
Oh,
and I didn't do it.
No, it's so good. So it is so good. And put it on pound cake, put it on ice cream. I mean, it is so daggone good. Oh,
God. Jesus. It's so much. It's funny because most, when you're doing this and making whiskey, you really can't get into other aspects of alcohol because this is already consuming enough where you gotta pace yourself, right? So you don't end up on the streets in the gutter, right? So anytime someone asks me about anything else, I'm just like, it's not that I loved rum before this. I've drank a lot of absinthe as a commercial and fine artist. But when it comes to doing bourbon and whiskey, because we're a whiskey podcast, we do Japanese, we do, we do all types, Scotch and everything that I try and, limit not going into the other spirits. It's just kind of like, well, no, I've already had 14 tastes of bourbon and rye, and I'm not going to start drinking rum. That was this past weekend in New Orleans. It was just like, really, we're supposed to start to do what hurricanes? I'm like, I'm out.
Okay, so if you're in New Orleans and you want a hurricane, you got to go to the blacksmith shop.
The blacksmith shop. We went to the old absinthe house, and we at 11 o'clock in the morning, and we had her do the drip versus the burning, and then we did a taste test between the two, and we both agreed that caramelized sugar dissolving into the absinthe was better than just the drip. Although, those purists are like, there still was a bitterness to the wormwood that the caramelized sugar, but that's what we did other than, bourbon. And then we went back and drank a lot more samples of bourbon.
On Bourbon Street, I assume.
No, it was at the festival was in the Westin Hotel, about 6 blocks from Bourbon Street. And the whole thing was there. Yeah, and so they rented out the top floor of the mall, which had the movie theater. They had the seminars in rooms and in movie theaters. They did that thing, and then they had the actual grand tasting events Friday and Saturday night on the top of the parking deck, which was absolutely great weather and beautiful. So it worked out nice. And it was warm, which then I came back to this weather.
Well, don't worry, because it's going to be 40 degrees tomorrow. So
I know.
It's changing as we speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Not that I'm on the Lido deck and outside the rain is
I like
starting.
the Margaritaville sign up above you. That's nice.
I am a hang loose mother goose kind of guy. Just
Yeah. That's the way.
I will tell you.
I saw you a couple weekends ago. Remember with this at the cigar thing? You, yeah, I know.
I am. I can't help myself.
So my last question before we wrap it up is for cigars. What cigar would you pair with leather and oak? Your regular, not rye, just the bourbon.
And what batch?
Oh, I love all my
Let's
children.
go with 13.
We're going
13?
So,
the newest?
Yeah. So that's the newest, and that's the one that everybody's chasing. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stay with one brand.
Okay.
But potentially 3 different cigars. All right.
I want to hear this.
Maybe I'm going to throw one extra brand in. But okay, so the color of the leaf has nothing to do with how intense the flavor is. Bottom line is, if you have an Oliva V Milano, either regular or Maduro, that's going to be as close to a knockoff of Patron 1964. Okay.
That B Maduro is that's a great cigar.
Okay. So just the regular V Maduro is more intense.
Okay.
Okay. The Milanos are more, I don't want to say soft because it's not soft, but the flavor is not as,
it's a little more balanced.
Yes. Thank you. Appreciate it. See, I need all the help I can get. The V, that would be the other cigar that I would say, the Oliva V, that is, I've been smoking cigars since I was 12. So my palate might be a little different than some other folks. Okay. But that is a very intense, good, flavorful cigar. Okay.
So Olivas, are those the brand with the big O on it?
Yes.
And it's blue?
No.
No, they're usually brown.
Brown and tan.
Yeah. And the V is right in the middle of the label.
But it's got an O, right?
Or
large O.
Okay. So there's an Oliva O.
Okay.
That's not the cigar I'm talking about. The Oliva V Milano or Oliva V period.
Is that the same brand, though? The Oliva O?
Same company, yeah.
Okay, so the Oliva O, what does that have as far as the cigar goes?
That's gonna be the O and the G are their, I'm gonna call it lesser brands, where it's not as, it would be like buying Jack Daniel's number 7. Okay, it in the whiskey world.
Not in 1980.
It's right down the middle. Yeah, but it's real normal. It's not there ain't anything special about it. So the other cigar that I have boxes of, okay, is the Ashton Spellbound, Ashton VSG Spellbound. And that, oh my God, it is a flavor explosion.
So it works good with the sweetness of the corn, and
it works so daggum. So the Oliva V Milano, and the Spellbound are the majority of the cigars I have my humidor.
Yeah.
I have some Fuente, special cigars that only come out once a year in November. But I love cigars. I've only had 2 today so far. I'm sorry.
But I think it's funny because we talk about cigars, Jeff and I and Nash. Nash he likes cigars as probably more than anybody in the podcast but finding a cigar that pairs well with the bourbon, which a lot of people do, because there's so many people that they're going to have their pour of bourbon at night. They're going to sit down in the back and have a cigar. Finding one that complements what you're drinking can be a challenge, because if you're smoking something that's a little too dark and has a little more pepper and the bourbon sweeter.
Okay, so hang on. So an Ashton, just a straight Ashton.
Okay.
Aged Maduro number 60. Which, by the way, I'm sorry, had to get into some number 6 again. Ashton Maduro number 60. That, and I keep a box in my humidor. And sometimes guys goes, oh, I don't want anything too dark. And I'll pull it out. Okay. And then, I said, just stop, try it. Okay. And they try it and they will smoke it down to where they need a roach clip to finish it. Okay. A true Maduro wrapper is actually fermented, and it's not. People associate dark with harsh. This is so daggum. It's not like smoking a Swisher Sweet. Okay, I'm not talking that kind of sweet. Yeah. I'm talking about it is so pleasing, because 60% of what you taste in a cigar is the wrapper. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. It's your nose. So just like, why do we use
blends and whiskey glasses so we can smell it?
Right. Because that's part of the experience. So,
so it's funny you said that about Maduros, because I was just talking to the guy that works at the cigar shop here in town, and I was telling him that I actually find Maduros my overall everyday smoker. I like it better than a Connecticut, because some Connecticut's have a little bit of white pepper in them that make them totally different.
That fermented leaf gives a sweetness, and that
it's
just
chocolate. It's almost like a chocolate note that comes.
Yes.
Those Rocky Patel Yellowstones are like,
those are, but that's a lighter leaf too. So
but
I don't know that they're Connecticut's. They could be like a Habano Connecticut. They could be like a blend.
Well, all I gotta say is, he said everything that was aged was aged in those barrels. They put the filler and the wrapper leaf in the barrels. But what I'm gonna say, the Rocky Patels you had, the little stubby ones.
Those are Edges, Rocky Patel Edge.
Yeah.
You know what? For a cheap cigar,
they're good.
Awesome.
Yes.
They are a price performer. I measure my whiskeys, my cigars, my life by price performance. If I can find something that's a knockoff that is good and I can save money, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That Edge, I think, is about $8 to $9 a cigar, and it's a pretty good cigar.
Well, but I mean, the Yellowstone ones were decent. They pick up a little bit more, and you get the flavor. But for me, if a cigar's too heavy, And I don't care what the color is, okay? It could be, it's just how it smokes. And if when I finish it, I feel like I'm high, it's too much for me. And I've had cigars where it's just like, where am I? after I was just like trying to pair. So when it's rich and heavy for me isn't based off the color, it's more of the amount of dark tobacco flavor.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you again.
I want light with this.
Real story. Okay, so again, not that I've smoked a lot of cigars. I've smoked thousands and thousands of them. But have you ever had an Opus X?
I haven't, but I would like to.
Okay.
What do you think
Chris,
of Liga Privada?
Chris, I love the Liga Privada number 52.
52.
Okay.
I don't know what number I had.
But it's an intense cigar.
Okay?
But it's intense. So I'm going to tell you, I have some Opus X that if you want to come over and we'll spend an afternoon, okay?
We'll enjoy them.
And we will totally enjoy them.
With number 6, batch 6?
No. We're you know what I haven't done, and I'm embarrassed to say what I'm about to say. We have not saved a bottle from every batch.
Oh, really?
No. It's like, fuck, if I can sell something, we need the money. Okay.
Yeah, right.
So we haven't, we've got stuff, we're starting to save shit, but bottom line is, I would love to have you guys come down and let's just spend a day. Get back to your respective houses whenever you need to be. And are you going to come down and join Chris and I at the Buckeye Lake?
I'm the one dragging Chris there.
I'm already going. You're not.
Okay. So let's make a day of it. All right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
let's make that day of the day.
Okay. So
we got 2 days in a row, Chris. We're
there
gonna.
you go.
I'm game. I'm not getting any younger.
We're gonna need a hotel.
None of us are. None of us are, boys.
Nope, none of us are. But that sounds like a blast. Yes.
Anyway, I will provide all the cigars, and I got a plethora.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Just saying. And I might have some distilled spirits.
Maybe.
You probably do.
So we're still podcasting, so that's kind of cool.
Wait. So I got a question, because I've done a podcast before, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
Or I made some videos. I'm not into this stuff. Okay.
Right.
Because you probably can't cuss in the last 8 minutes either.
No, you can.
Okay. How many people are watching us right now?
Well, eventually on YouTube, with what we got, we probably had tonight 500 to 700. On Facebook, we'll finish up right around 5,000. And then on the audio that people listen to will be between 300 and 500 that will hear this.
That's kick ass.
Yeah, and the other thing about it.
No, I got to say this.
Oh,
thank you guys. Thank you so much.
And a lot of people we promoted this for Ohio, so a ton of people from Ohio are listening tonight.
Well, and the other thing that's beautiful about Facebook and YouTube is that these videos stay up And
For a
so
month. Yep.
if they go, I honestly, tomorrow, let's say next week, you pull up Leather and Oak and you just search it in the bar at the top of Facebook. When you scroll, this video will be there and it will be one of the top videos because you don't have a lot of them. And it'll be like, boom, there's a video and people can watch the podcast and learn about the product. So it is kind of like a somewhat of an advertisement that allows people to see who the brand is and what you do.
And that's what I'm saying. Thank you, because we need all the help we can get.
Hey, that's what we're here. That's we're all in this together. That's what
we're I mean, when you put you put out a good product, I mean, I love the bourbon, and then you got me excited about your rye. I don't get I want a bottle, so that's not a normal thing for me.
So I'm going to see you on May 2nd.
Yep. Okay, thank you. But by May 2nd, I'm going to figure out the name. I will figure out the name.
And that's what we want to. It's all about the story. Let's make it happen.
I mean, that's almost a cocktail in a can. We're almost there. We're almost there. Just
an RTD.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus, limoncello with rye whiskey. Woo! And some whatever we come up with. I'm gonna try a bunch of. I am gonna come up with. That is, like I said, it was exciting. I mean, I got excited. I was just like, that rye would go well with that. And that
was excellent. And I would never in a million years have tried that until you said it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would not put anybody else's rye in that limoncello. It would just, that your rye? Yes, it matched. It was just like, wow, that's really good. I don't, and we've been associated with a lot of pot distillers and master distiller type people, right? That have started, the Spirit of French Lick started their brand with Alan Bishop. We were there right at the start when he was releasing 2-year stuff. We're with him now at Old Homestead. He's 2 years into it, same thing. And then we've the Neelys. And we'll be the Neelys with the pot still and whatever, and their younger stuff. And we completely understand what you have, what a distillery has to go through to get to their older aged stuff. And then, what you're telling me on even Yellow Limestone Branch. In 2019, I visited them, and they were just finally getting rid of their moonshine. We're talking about a lot of different places that pot distill, and it's a challenge. I mean, and the fact that you're here year after year, and now when the market kind of makes it so that it's going to only allow people who know what they're doing financially, and then also from a marketing standpoint to prosper, you just can't basically shit out something and then expect it to sell anymore. We're there for a good 5-6 years. There's a lot of people that could just put anything
That's
out
true.
And everybody would just buy it. You know what I mean? But now you see the people who didn't know what they were doing. Those are the people that you hear about in the news. But if
they're falling away. Yeah.
Right. Brands are going by the wayside, and but most of the time when they go by the wayside, we've had relationships or we've known people in these distilleries, and when they go by the wayside, you kind of aren't surprised. Cuz there's a certain way of doing things, and you guys, from the last, meeting you at the last 3 festivals in Ohio, I just feel like you're here and what you're talking about doing, the legwork. I mean, I'll talk about the fact that when you plant your corn that you go through how many acres? 14 acres, and you have to go through 40,000. You got to come up with 40,000
seeds
per acre, and then you got 14 acres. That's a lot of seeds.
Yep.
What's the ratio on the ones? Is it 50-1? Bad ones, or I mean,
oh no, it's probably 45 to 5.
Okay.
So no, it's a bitch. But
Well,
bottom line is, guys, thank you so freaking much. I appreciate your support. So again, you might be old enough. I know Chris isn't. Just saying.
yeah.
Okay. To remember Bartles and James.
Yeah.
Remember Bartles and James? What are you
And-
talking about?
And all I can say is
1978.
thank you for your support.
I remember that.
I do too.
And I wear my bib overalls every chance I can.
All right, so I'll finish this up real quick. Thanks everybody for people on Face. When we're finished, you can bow out, Steve. But we're still live on Facebook. When we're finished with the audio, we'll still be live on Facebook and YouTube. Just I want to let you know that, because sometimes
You can do whatever you want to do for the rest of the evening.
All right, thank you. All right, everybody. www.scotchybourbonboys.com for all things Scotchy Bourbon Boys. What's your what's your website? Everybody should be going to.
www.leatherandoakspirits.com.
All right.
Yeah.
And then make sure you follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, along with listen to us on Apple, iHeart, and Spotify, and anywhere else that you can listen to podcasts. No matter what, remember, whether you listen to us or you watch us, make sure you give us some good feedback, and then also become members, or just don't just do the subscribing kind of thing, or do super chats while we're there. But with that said, remember, thanks Steve for joining us. Thank you, CT.
Thank you guys for the invite. Appreciate it greatly.
Good bourbon equals good times and good friends. Make sure that you don't drink and drive, drink responsibly, and live your life uncut and unfiltered. And AI is about to take us out.
Over.
Watch this. Here we go.
Wake up, sunrise and boots on the floor, working hard all day till you can't no more. Life rolls on, but the choice is yours, how you play it out when you walk through that door. One bottle, one drink, one pour. That's what the Scotchy Bourbon Boys got in store. Tuesdays, Thursdays, come pull up a seat. We'll taste through the whiskey on the rocks and knees. Bourbon Scotch or a good old rye, Japanese, Irish, yeah, we'll tell you why. So wherever you're sipping, near or far, tune in with us from your home or your car. One bottle, one drink, one pour. That's the podcast you've been looking for.
All right. Thanks for
Steve, he wanted me to sing that, but I was just too expensive.
Did we lose him?
He may have bowed out. I didn't see him bow out, but
Well, we don't hear.
Can you hear me?
Now we-
Hello.
All right, we got you. We got you. We can hear you now. What were you saying?
I said,
I said he wanted me to sing that song, but I'm just too expensive, so he had to do AI.
okay, so I would love to have our own song also. Just saying.
That's
Chris, I love you guys. You guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I really do.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Oh, I can't wait.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Be good, guys.
All
Love
right.
you.
Good night. All right. All right. I'm gonna throw it up there I'm out of here in 15 minutes. It's just that simple.
Yeah, I can't be much longer, and I'm out of limoncello. I got to find another bottle.
Jesus, was that good or what?
Yeah, that was great.
Did you try it with the rye?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what, I've been drinking the margaritas of it, and I love the margarita.
Well, yeah, because it's with the limoncello, it makes sense because that's just what it is. I mean,
The other thing that he didn't talk about it there, but Steve was telling me the other thing that they really like to do is sweet tea, and it just makes a killer, like Arnold Palmer.
dude, I think I could get messed up on that. That is the first time I was like, that's the first time I ever. You do realize right now. Oh, there you go. You were completely 100%. You have to lean. There we go.
What did I do? Did I fade out?
Yep, everything's blurry. You're not in the middle
I'm
zone.
like a barrel. I'm in a barrel. I look like an Oompa Loompa.
I threw it
I
up.
gotta fix this damn thing on my phone.
You need to just go in tonight and while you're plug it into the charger and then change it.
I'm going to.
Hey Seth, I gotta.
Sleep.
He is not asleep. I hear him singing.
Oh God.
Here, I'm gonna call him. Hey Siri, call Seth Mueller. Here we go.
Looks like is that Walker that's on? I can't tell.
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, dude?
Not much. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Just watching these storms roll by.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it coming through this window, going through the other window.
I really like Steve's comment about repeat customers. They come back because they like you. They come back because the product's good.
Good point. Absolutely.
So I really like that he said that. That shows great self-awareness. Randy, you're muted, I think. Can you hear us?
Randy's on. I can't hear him.
I can.
Yeah, I can see you, Randy.
I can
just
see
can't
him.
hear
I
you.
can't hear him. Let's see. Leather.
He's going to come back out. Yeah. He's going to try and shut his camera off, shut his thing off, and come back. Hey, John.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Tasting through some Larceny to see if I've got the right combinations for a tasting this weekend. I have to cut some things and add some other things.
I know you were ripping the VVS.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I haven't seen my friend. My friend from Tennessee was on earlier. My other friend from Tennessee, Sean McCoy.
I saw that.
Yeah, got him to comment this time. That was good. He didn't just bounce. He's a good dude.
We went nerdy today.
Yeah, as you should.
Oh, he was awesome, dude. I didn't hit everything, but super smart. Great agriculture and chemist. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Look,
I think it's good for people to see after the bourbon, and I came in just for the rye, but it was still a great conversation.
Oh yeah.
what was that?
I think it's good for people to see that.
Oh, super nasty.
What's happening?
How you doing, brother?
So
Very good. How about
thank you. Hey Chris, how do we combat that he stayed vertical the whole time? If any of our other guests do that again, you just tell them to rotate it.
Oh. You mean as far as the camera?
Yeah, he was vertical, which makes him like real little on the screen. So anybody watching YouTube or whatever.
I think it's the way he had the camera held back was probably why.
Well, he
He
had
may
to.
have had his phone on like one of those stands, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
The good thing is most of the people were listening, not watching him.
Nash is showing his face on this podcast after not sharing it.
Hey, it's shared.
Is it now?
I just got in a few minutes ago, and as soon as I came on, I just got through sharing right when he went off.
Woo! You paid the ferryman.
Do not underestimate the Super Nash.
Hey,
look at that.
I got so many things going on. Working business has just been crazy, and like I say, I just came in from work, clearing off my whole back deck because I got guys coming in to stain it and all that after getting that new awning put up.
Absolutely.
So what? So is it been as crazy as your hair right now?
Yeah, it's been more crazy.
Yeah.
And plus, I had on a good note, you guys want to know?
Sure.
I went to my cardiologist appointment today.
Gonna have.
EKG and everything is looking fantastic.
Good.
Told me that I had
Except for Jeff's Glencairns.
No, that wasn't Glencairns. That was the sample. It's laying sideways. God damn it.
Oh no.
Oh.
But I had he told me I had a few episodes that were recorded. One that was like 35 minutes long.
God damn it.
6 minutes long. But he said not to worry about it. They didn't contact me because they didn't think it was any serious. Because he also told me, he says, right now my heart's going through a transitioning period, and like a rebooting,
recalibration.
Yeah. My heart, after taking off that bad piece and all that, is, he said you got to give your heart time to heal and things like that. And I told him, I said, look, I said I've still been drinking bourbon and smoking cigars and all that. I said, I said, I'm not going to stop living my life. I said, I've been working hard and all that. I said, probably a couple of episodes was probably recorded when I was putting in some systems, a few weeks ago and all that. And he said, exactly 2 weeks ago on the weekend. He said, I was like, it was kind of hell tearing this old system out. It was nasty as hell.
You're so full of shit. That was that Liga Privada 15. That's what did it. That Liga Privada 15.
You heard him say
52. Get it right.
52.
Liga Privada number T52.
You mean you were here for that?
It's like, yes.
He brought them motherfuckers back from my house, man.
Yeah.
Keep that the
Martin.
Yeah.
Next Friday, I go for my echo, so we'll see what happens there.
Hey, and the best part is, he said, everything is looking so good. You're progressing so well that I don't want to see you until March 6, 2027.
That's awesome, dude.
Good for you. Yeah. Mine's
awesome.
going to be my first echo since they did my ablation, so it'll be interesting to see what it shows.
Yeah,
good luck, Randy. I hope it's all good.
The other thing is
appreciate it, boys.
Is I told them that how my son has been working for me and all that and doing most of the heavy stuff. I said, but last few weeks I said I've been sort of going back to my old self. He says you can. He says you can go back to your normal routine, your normal working habits and all that. You are healthy. Everything's going good. So he says, I'm giving you a good checkup and letting you go from there.
And it's important that you keep moving, Nash, because my dad used to tell people when they were recovering, he doesn't have exactly the same, job, but he has a related field. He was a cardiac surgeon. And he used to tell people, because he would ask them a few questions, like 2-3 questions. He'd say, have you been up and walking? They'd say yes, or they'd say no. He'd say, have you been doing this, or have you been doing that? But usually the key was, have you been up and around walking? And someone would say no, and he'd say, look, do you want to get better or not?
Yeah.
And if you veg out, that's when you really start to see a decline. So if you're up and moving, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Well,
we want to keep you around, brother. Randy, you too. We want to keep everybody here around.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I told him, Walker. I said, look, I hadn't been able to stop. I said 2 days after the surgery, I was back at work. I said, although I did it here for the first couple of weeks, not doing any heavy lifting, I said, I got my son working for me now, and all that. I said, he's been doing most everything like that. He says, well, I can give you a good, clear bill of health. You can go back to your normal status, do everything normal like you used to do. He says, you're healthy, your heart's good, everything's looking good. He says, you're right on point.
He's talking about everything except your pores and your cigars. And you're going to have to just keep those low.
Yeah, I told him, I said, look, I've cut back
and your steaks.
Yep.
I'm still having, a couple of cigars every day. And then I'll go 2 or 3 days with a couple of cigars and a couple of small pours. I said, but then I'll go a couple of days without anything. He said, right. But I said, I've completely cut back. I said, that's like half of what I normally used to do is like, so he said, as long as you're cutting back like that, he says, you're good. He said, because everything's showing up good. He said, we've checked everything today. And they did an extensive check on me and monitor. I was in there for about 2 hours and they had
stuck it up your ass and they pulled your whiskers out of your nose. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, that was the only shortcoming. I wasn't gonna let those come up in hairs out of my nose though, but yeah.
Hey, Betty Fondle Fingers, let's go.
But no, brother, like if you get it back to 1 cigar a day and then 1 cigar a week, I think you'll enjoy it just as much, and you'll be around for family and for friends longer. We want to keep you around, brother.
I'm all for 1 cigar a week.
Yeah.
1 cigar a week.
Okay.
No.
How many cigars do you smoke a week, CT?
Probably somewhere between 7 and 12.
Okay, I'm not faulting you for that.
Oh, there you go. See?
What? You have 7 to 12 cigars a week?
I've had 2 today.
I'm
See, I thought you were talking about bubblegum.
I mean, I'm 7 to 12 cigars a year.
I'm probably closer to Tiny in that one.
I mean, I had a cigar in New Orleans, but before the last cigar was at the Christmas party.
Hey, was it a Liga Privada?
Oh, oh my God!
Hey, Nash, I know where I can get those.
Hey, I got a good source now.
No, source other cigars, good ones.
Hey,
I
they're
will
not
tell you
the only ones that I like. I like Drew Estate. I like a lot of Drew Estate brands, and they've got 6 or 7 different brands. But I mean,
Fuente, dude. Fuentes are good.
I'll tell you what. Genetics plays such a role in it. So Eric Espinoza, who owns Espinoza Cigars, great cigar brand. They do a lot of things. I talked to him 2 weekends ago, met him in Columbus. He was up for an event. His dad had just died. His dad was 90, 91 years old.
Oh, God
His
bless
dad
him.
smoked 4 to 6 cigars a day and ate 2.
Wow.
Yeah. Ate 2 of them. Died from cigars. He died just from complications of age. It wasn't like his doctors. He was totally fine. Cigars usually aren't a huge problem because you're not inhaling them. It's
exactly.
It's the other stuff that usually goes into it. Most people that smoke cigars drink heavily. They drink a lot of beer.
They need a lot of fatty foods. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And honestly, I was going to say for you, Nash, red meat. If you can nix red meat, that'll help you more.
That ain't happening. That he has a better chance of smoking less cigars than eating steaks on the grill.
Give them a chance.
Hey, Jeff says that, but since my heart ablation, I've been eating a lot more chicken and fish.
Yep.
And
get some salmon in your diet, dude.
Yeah, the grill in the States has been only twice
Yeah.
It used to be like every weekend.
Yeah.
My son would come over and that would be the thing. We'd grill some nice fillets.
Is he asleep?
But yeah, it's only been like twice really that I've had steak.
And once a week is not that bad.
No, you still got to get that protein, man, and that.
Yeah.
Just be knocking
Well,
shit.
I'm getting it in a lot of other ways.
No,
Like
dry.
I say, he told me a couple more things. Like I said, because I'm drinking a lot of water, and he told me, he said, "Look," he says, "I want you to start doing this." He says, because especially summer coming up, he said, "I want you to start taking a quart and mixing it with." And he told me, he said, "I need unbleached, unprocessed sea salt. Put a good pinch of that in there, and a cup, and like a cap full of lemon juice and a cap full of lime juice." He says, "Because you need your electrolytes."
Here's the
He
first
says,
one.
"Don't be buying Gatorade and all that crap because it's got so much sugar in it."
Did he say anything about liquid IVs to you, Nash?
No.
Don't
you can
drink
get those
that.
at Costco, man. You can do one
Is it
a
water?
day. That's all you need.
is it?
And you just put it in water.
Limoncello.
Sodium.
What's that?
Don't they have sodium?
That's my
which
drink
helps
I came
too?
up
Some
with.
of them.
Yeah,
that's
true.
what
That may be if you're more active. But I'm like,
Smells
I
like
don't. I'm
Lysol.
not saying
Lemons.
one a day for Nash, but like every once in a while it wouldn't hurt. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Just
Nash,
move this over.
you know what all this?
It's right in
All
front
this
of
is
you.
making me want a cigar.
Oh yeah.
Show.
I just got
Why do you
a
want
couple
anybody
more
to see
with
the
one
after
right
show?
when I got finished up.
You can't
Hey,
see it.
Knobs.
Yeah, these are rookie numbers. I smoke about 40 to 60 cigars a day. Don't know about you guys.
That's why your teeth aren't there anymore.
Yeah, you just.
Oh my God.
You can't afford them to
Yeah,
bring
he
stuff.
did gum.
The trick is to hit like 4 or 5 at the same time, all on one hand. Just, like an old timey cartoon.
So at the event that I was at, that I met Espinoza,
Mhm.
they had a raffle. I won a freaking 25 cigar brick of the one brand, and the
What the fuck
cigars
did you
are like
give me?
$12 a piece.
Nice.
Oh wow. Awesome.
No,
What
but I'm
did
not
you
gonna.
give
They're
me?
a Corojo
It's
wrapper. And I don't
Limoncello
smoke
with
that one
mixed
very
with
often.
rye. It's really good.
That's pretty cool, CT.
It's
Hey,
not.
you don't
Because they
normally like them?
It's like if you gave
So
a lemon drop
that
a gun.
Corojo wrapper is a little different. So I like the
is,
Habanos.
Like,
I like
don't give
Maduros.
lemon drop a gun.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
I
So
like
it's a
Maduros
little-
too.
Man, I can't hear y'all
A little
anymore.
spicy, I guess, is probably what I would say.
Hate this.
Yeah.
I will
Don't
tell.
worry, Nash.
I
I'll
will.
have plenty of them by the time I see you next. I'll bring some.
So you guys.
Yeah, bro.
So
I'm
we're
looking forward to it.
we got to come up with a name for that limoncello rye drink.
Oh my god.
What?
It's a Ricello.
You're so loud, you're
Ricello.
coming through.
There you go.
The door's closed, right?
I know, but I don't know why, but like.
Am I coming through?
CT.
No, I'm not.
CT. It's a rye Mancello
RY
RYM in cello.
Well, I hate.
I hate it too, but
Rye
that's really
Mancello.
good. That one was
Rye
really
Mancello?
good. I made that drink right on air, and then
Hey, Nash,
he did it,
remember
and
when
it
we went
was
to that Woodman's by me when you guys came in last summer.
Yeah.
We got those Weller 12s.
Yeah.
That motherfucker had 7 cases of Weller single barrel on
Never
Saturday,
tried
and I
now.
missed it.
Oh my God.
42 fucking bottles,
Cases and you
man.
missed it.
I like he emailed it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like 20 minutes away. Plus, I'm like, I'm dead. There's no way. And my dad, I'm like, Dad, you're 5 minutes down the road. Go get it. He's like, I'm going to Walmart to get medicine. I'm like, that's more important. It's all good.
Hey, that is one.
That's insane. 7 cases? Come on, man.
Yeah, that's one that still eludes me because
No, that's
I'm
bad. I
not
don't
paying
want
$300 or $400 for.
No,
Okay,
it's
let's
not
try
that
it.
good enough of a drink.
Oh,
It's
no.
what you know.
It's solid,
You
but
should
not
stick to
that
drinking,
solid.
not mixing.
I still hadn't even tasted it.
He loved
because,
it.
Loved it.
Because
The guy
they
that
rate that
makes it.
pour in a lot of places like $50, $60 a pour.
Oh, fuck
No
that.
way. I mean, that's
Which one are you talking about?
Single
The
barrel,
Weller
Weller
single
single barrel,
barrel.
Randy.
Oh, okay. See, there's some of them that I really like, but some of them that are just fair. But it's got like a lot of the weedage, it's got I've got one that I did not like when I opened it, but like a lot of other weedage, after 3 months or 4 months, it was very nice.
Yeah, I'm checking my guys to Benny's tomorrow.
If I buy it at $89, it's good.
This glass still smells like lemons.
There you go. Yeah, to me, like I say, that's the only
But it's
price point that I'll pay for it. Or I'll pay $100 for a bottle, but I'm not paying no more than that.
No, hell no. That 100 is fine. Any more of that's stupid.
It dropped from 450 to 500 down to, I saw it for 315 today.
Yeah,
but I wasn't willing to pull the trigger on that because I've already got 2 or 3.
Yeah,
you're right.
Okay.
And
I got plenty.
That's the thing about single.
So
hit or miss. That's the same way with the E.H. Taylor single barrels.
Yep.
You know, always been one of my favorites. But enough. I've only had like 2 out of like 100. You know,
and you gave that one of those 2 to me.
Yeah.
Why?
I know. I passed it up to you.
ACT.
I had something tonight. that I loved. The Heaven Hill 22. Man, that was
I was
nice.
going to say, that just released pretty good, huh?
It released Saturday morning, buddy. I was down in New Orleans. My buddies were in line up there and got it.
Damn.
Do what?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was about to say, did you make it back up in line for that?
Nope.
They camped out for 15 hours for that.
Yeah, he said no.
Well, my friend that got it went at 6 a.m.
I don't need to use it.
and there were 16 bottles left, and they got 8, 9 of the 16. So they made it. They got there at 6 a.m. and still got bottles.
Oh, that's cool.
That was crazy.
What?
That was probably
Most of my friends camped out 15 hours.
I saw that's I'm in the same group you are, and I saw that post that he went.
Yeah, Randy Hubbard's. Yeah,
Randy Hubbard.
Yeah, that's why I tried it. Is Randy and I share bottles all over, and we drink together probably 5 nights a week. I was at his house tonight. Although I will say, I did not have anything to drink from Saturday night to Wednesday night.
Hey, did you have any help in getting all your bottles moved in?
We got those 300. I'm going to pick up 1,000 this weekend, and I got about 8. I got about 10 people lined up to bring back 1,000 back.
Awesome.
Or 1,200, whatever it is. We're gonna bring all. I'm getting a 6x12 trailer.
Yeah.
So it'll be loaded down with bottles in one bed.
Randy, are you guys leaving the Florida house for good?
We are going to rent it out. And then when I finally retire, we'll probably split half, be snowbirds, half and half.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're out of there basically, so.
Well, I will be for a little while. And then I'll either sell that one and buy a bigger house, or I will turn our sun porch into a 4th bedroom. I'll do one of the 2.
Straight wheat?
Just because she needs a study or something.
I no longer have a sun porch. You remember, Jeff, when you were here?
Yeah, we came up with that awning idea, and you did it.
Yeah, it's all built, and it's awesome.
Keep it cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's completely covered now.
Now all you need to do up that is all you need to do now is put a pool in like Randy's, Prassy's.
Oh, I know. Probably maybe be next year.
Well, see, I'll never have another pool.
I'll come down and christen that motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
be like Uncle Letty.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'll put the underwear over the swim trunks.
Hey, that's all right. I got video, 360 motion video cameras that will cover it all.
That'll be good. You get my left ass cheek and your right ass cheek, so we're good.
Hell yeah.
What do you think of Rymancello or Rymanade?
Rymanade.
Sounds like Hymenade.
It sounds like what was the concert that everybody did? Was it Live Aid?
Live?
Yeah, Live Aid, yeah.
Rymanade.
What do y'all think? Anything else that comes to mind?
I like the ramen yellow.
Ramen yellow?
Ramen yellow.
It's
Like
ramen.
salmonella.
but there's no. It's a limoncello. So
That's the worst.
so
Knobs.
I mixed the limoncello that I had, which is really really intense. I mean, right?
CT, are you blowing a stogie or what, man?
What is going on there with the light?
I don't know. He's staring off into space.
I'm just looking out at the storm.
Oh.
Oh, you get lightning big time, huh?
Yeah.
I say,
Do we have
Brighton,
lightning?
Ohio got hail. Where's that from?
Yeah,
guys?
we got lightning and wind right now that's pretty intense, and rain.
Oh,
Brighton,
both
Ohio
my
got
cars.
3 inches.
Your car was out there, and Mom's car was out there for the hail.
There wasn't much hail.
Hell no.
It lasted a few seconds. I heard it on the sun.
Well, I thought it was something on the movie, and he's like, "No, that's the hail and the rain."
That wasn't hail. There was no hail in that one. That
Dude,
was just
it's
pure
that lightning
rain.
is bouncing off your bottle, CT. Holy shit.
Now there was a little bit of hail later, but yeah, that was all rain you heard.
Nash finally getting some pussy. Good job. Sorry, brother, I had to do it.
You noticed that, huh?
It's a fuzzy one too.
Still alive.
What does that have to do with it? It's a whiskey podcast.
I know.
Pussy podcast. What?
If you go back and watch Macaulay's wedding, there's 10 times worse happening on the back speakers, man. Holy shit! I went and then I had them all mic'd. That was the best live audio I ever pulled from anything.
Oh yeah.
Just to let the Scotchy Bourbon Boys world know, this is my Woody.
It is.
Looking a little stiff there, Mark. But hey,
Call it.
So I was there. For.
That's his name.
Hey, just his name is Woody. His name is Woody because I was actually talking to Martin. We were right when we were becoming good friends. I was talking to him, and he had this cat that lived in the woodpile. And then it was super nice. So he basically, we talked. You guys remember, that's an older podcast. Those are older podcasts.
Yeah.
What are the samples you got?
Is that lightning,
Yeah.
CT? It's just lighting your.
It's ripping off CT's like forehead and bottles.
Yeah, that's lightning.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It's intense.
Your face keeps lighting up.
Upside down.
Well, my face is lightening up because the stupid setting on my phone, but there is lightning coming through this window quite intensely. So
What's the next one?
What cigar are you having?
I'm trying to catch up.
Want to go have a cigar?
Yeah, or 8.
the what?
What cigar are you having?
None.
My humidor. I got one humidor behind me and one in that room, so I can go to either one and grab one.
Oh my God. 2 humidors.
Oh,
Johnny, that's your friend.
You gotta get CT to come in the Cubs game. That would
What?
I should probably remind you. Your 15 minutes elapsed at least 15 minutes ago. So just your reminder.
Yeah, because
I gotta get going too, guys, because I gotta get up
you can.
early. Yeah.
But Knobs,
But the party's just starting.
Knobs just came.
What are you talking about? The party's just starting, guys.
Knobs came
The
down.
party just started and Walker just told everybody to go to bed. What the hell?
Yeah, what the hell?
My friend, because he said he only had 15 minutes. If you want to stay on more than that, that's
Those
fine.
were.
Hey,
Come
Walker,
on.
Oh my goodness.
Walker, I love you, man. Thank you.
I love you, brother. You're welcome.
The alarm clock.
Man, John.
Is this spring break?
Hey, John, you've been
Get out of here.
okay, CT.
All right, CT.
See you, Chris. Don't get hit by lightning.
Peace.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Peace.
I'm gonna get a cigar
PC.
and light it. I'm gonna light my cigar with a lightning bolt.
Yeah, with a key and a a Jack Daniel's water?
Yeah, from
Just a water bottle?
from the distillery.
Collectible,
Yeah, it's this distillery tour water.
Does it taste different? The DSP. Have you guys had the Jack Daniel? The latest distillery series?
No.
A friend of mine wanted one. I picked it up. The Takeover, I think it's called. I think it's time for you to move the whole bar a few feet forward. You're running out of room back here with all the bottles. You know, you could put a whole other shelf back here.
I'll just give you a whole case when you go home.
Yeah. You guys decide how many bottles you send back with me. Not very many, because he promised me a whole bunch. Oh, don't worry. He can give you a whole bunch, Nash a whole bunch, Walker a whole bunch.
Yeah, we're still on, but all of his, see that over there? All of his. Don't worry, Randy. Randy.
I'll know what to take from first if that's the pile over there.
Randy, you have nothing to worry about. All your bottles are put back. Well,
So he'll still have what? 20,000 left?
no, seriously. Okay, I'll sell you 3 cases of Lillian and 3 cases of Dalton.
No, I'm not buying any.
It's not a, yeah, because so many people, so you're getting all those.
We're starting a nonprofit. We're going to start a nonprofit to support either an elementary school that's underprivileged, or I haven't even tried brothers yet. This is delicious.
It is.
Children of alcoholics that left them. And we're funding it with whiskey. Well, we're funding it with whiskey education. Okay. So we will be teaching classes on whiskey, but we won't be. In Tennessee, we can't sell whiskey, but we can have classes on it. And they can have samples of it. I'm still working out all the legalities on it. That's what we want to do. In Randy's favor, who do you like more, Randy or my brother? I don't want to be super high in Buzz necessarily. So if you like him more, then treat him like you would.
What the fuck are you talking about? Oh. Yeah.